Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome to just a chill session. We're just gonna kick it, talk about whatever comes to mind. No game tonight because too many players are
Guy.
incapacitated or not here.
No, they're gay.
Yeah. Owen's out of town. Crafting's in Bruce's game. Justin is in a hyperbaric chamber and unable to do diddly. And that would leave just George and Raven with Justin to watch. As if you recall, when they left off, uh, they were in a pretty tight predicament, and I don't feel like running Omen and Crafting's characters along with the other three NPCs doing the lion's share of what needs to be done in the next episode. So hopefully that'll be next week. Look at the dork eating cake.
I, good sir, am a majestic dork of the most noblest of kind.
Hungar, you are more than welcome to join us if you
I
want to.
just sent him the link.
Oh, okay, cool. You two, Armstrong, if you're not still playing Conan, George, Doc, the usual cast of characters. My game got canceled today because of a tragedy and uh, kind of sucked. I hope the people involved are doing okay. I don't even know their names, but
What
friend of
happened?
mine, a friend is a friend, blah blah blah. Hungar, I got a little bone to pick with you. I talked to your brother James today, and okay, well, just a second. And he said he can't play in the God Wars because you can't keep a secret, and you'd be telling him shit. And the next thing you know, we'd have the James gang on my game map, trying to tear shit up with an unfair advantage. So, shame on you. But I got to be honest. If I had a real life brother, uh,
You do. He's in prison.
well, yeah, he's in prison, and
I
hopefully.
expect you to call him tomorrow and tell him he's playing God Wars and he has to call you once a week.
Soylent Boy is here. Welcome, George. Give me 1 second. I got to go check
Howdy.
Hungar's message. It's probably really important.
Our artist in residence.
Oh, dear God.
Testicles.
I just got, I kid you not, I was just listening to, oh, nice. That is really good, George. Underdark Dynamite. I was just watching, um, what
I
the
told
hell's
him to
his
send you
name
them, by the
now?
way.
Uh, I was just watching a Rob Schneider video about how he got his vasectomy, uh, and wow, uh, uh, just awful. And then you send me this. Uh,
Your thumb?
I'm gonna send Armstrong the link. See if he wants to join and hang out and
Well,
just be a bunch of goobers. What's up, George? Man, you have been busy. Just
Yeah,
I will not.
I I
He's
was just making some drow and
yeah.
we realized the stream was on.
No worries, dude. Dude, that is literally, maybe there's an emotional attachment to it, but that is some of the most beautiful artwork I've ever seen. Um,
mm,
just saying,
Yeah,
and I've been to enough museums and things like that, and I've got all the art books from Dragonlance and all the stuff at its height. But some of the stuff you've been coming up with seriously belongs in a freaking coffee table book like they used to make, with nothing but beautiful art. So you just have something to
yeah.
flip through, and some nice little stories on the side. When we're done with this, I think we should do something like that um,
yeah,
because
totally. I
Yeah.
think maybe I should make something out of it, like make a graphic novel or something. Just kind of
Mhm.
get my creative juices flowing again.
You got to establish a narrative. It always makes those things more enjoyable.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
exactly. I think that's what kind of why I'm having a little bit of fun now. There's sort of a framework I can work with,
mhm.
and
Yeah.
so
I
that's
mean, you
kind
could literally just chronicle the war.
yeah.
hmm
Also, the the topless Goliaths are kind of.
And I've already been getting people sending me their info for the game, and I'm like, guys, I appreciate
Stop.
it, but you're gonna wanna redo it when everything's said and done. I still got a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's why I stopped updating stuff when you started changing the rules a lot. It was just a
well,
few things changed here and there.
yeah, I didn't really
I ran
change
with
things a
it.
lot. Maybe I just clarified them. I did change like one thing I know of. Um, that being the starting max number. But as you can see, that can easily soar. I expect actually at some point some of those numbers, instead of being single or double digit, to actually hit triple digits when all is said and done. So
Maybe you max them out at 100.
maybe I
Eh,
I mean that's assuming that every week you're doing this one specific thing over and over and over again. In which
mhm.
I was thinking about it. If I was playing in this, as just a regular dude, my strategy would be very, uh,
Turtle,
very what?
turtle.
No, but I would definitely have a very, having a bad plan is better than having no plan.
Hmm.
Obviously, being able to adapt.
Well, there are bad plans, and then there are bad plans.
Sure, sure, or atrocious. Um,
Well, they're like, what do you mean you put all your resources into hair plugs? Do your people really need to not be bald? You did take a lizard race after all.
oh
you
man,
started you started off with hairless cats and spent all your resources in hair plugs. How did survive
yeah, that would be
your
pretty dumb.
society?
That would be pretty dumb.
Hungar, don't do that.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
did just send you a picture of some guy's gnats.
I gotta say,
So
it's also interesting to see from the back end what people are leaning toward. Um,
absolutely evil and chaotic and psychopathic. This guy right here.
I'm not gonna give anything away, but I'm I've been more than surprised on more than one occasion with what people have decided, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And
Yeah, I'm really upset you lowered the minimum cap.
by one,
Yeah, yeah. You could have left it at 8, man.
well, then that would mean that a lot of people would end up with a zero somewhere, and I didn't want that because that would open you up potentially to something
I
bad.
didn't have a 0 anywhere.
Well, no, you might not if you add in the racial bonuses, but if you just the starting 10 points, if you put an 8, well then you're gonna have some zeros.
Yeah, some religions really suck at some stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Hmm.
Yeah, like if you're like
But I every time I've had a discussion with people, I've come up with something, not necessarily something brand new, but it's solidified what I'm going to do, or maybe answered a question that I had. Um, because I was really worried that like the other day, if there's a whole bunch of races that don't get picked, hey, what's up, Raven? Then what do I
Right.
do about them? So I started working on a random chart of what they will do, so that they're doing something. Because otherwise, you would either,
Honestly, I would let them just, like I said, have them all minimum of whatever whatever everyone's the lowest average stat is. Just keep them around there, and just like they got the
right.
osmosis of technology development or whatever,
Mhm. Oh, and
and
I've been.
then
I'm glad you brought that up. I was working on that. Um, I wanted to use intellect as a sort of a guide stone as to what the tech level is.
yeah.
So that it coincides. A zero being Stone Age, one is Bronze Age, 2 is Iron Age, 3 is Middle Ages, 4 is Renaissance, 5 Industrial Revolution, Second Industrial Revolution, Digital Revolution, the Robotic Revolution, Space Travel, and then Star Travel out of 10. Which
Yeah.
1 through 5, most people are not going to go beyond that. Uh,
Well,
just
now that you've tied them to something, and I know what it is.
Right. Well, no, I mean, even with all the other things that you're going to feel you have to do, that might be something that's like once a month, maybe an increase because, uh, if you go too high, then suddenly you're spending all your points there, and you don't have enough of this or that to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of the NPC races that nobody's running still being there and people not being able to easily discern that it's an NPC bot,
Yeah.
because otherwise then people will go over there, take their shit, because they know that they really haven't done enough, you know what I mean, and then suddenly you know
Yeah.
there
Uh,
would be you know
Yeah, I think that's what Justin was saying. Like,
I
have
mean
them as
there's no wrong way to win other than cheating.
yeah, and obviously because you have like that osmosis of world development, right? Like some tribe in Zambia has cell phones because they exist in the world.
Mhm.
Um, if
yeah,
if if you decide to move the NPCs up, everyone that's below that cap in that one thing just gets bumped up with them in that stat because they can just go read a book or some shit.
yeah,
Maybe,
or they could just buy it. You know,
Yeah, or they
Mhm.
can just buy it.
Right,
You know,
and
it's like
and, and
it's because it's not what industries you have, it's what your civilization is capable of that those stats represent,
mhm.
not specifically the things you can actually do. It's the things you're capable of. You know what I mean? It's not I have a steel mill over there. It's I have steel. It doesn't matter
or
where I got it from.
or all my citizens have $87 each, and they can go buy a cell phone.
Exactly. Where there's the difference between the guy who earned um, tech level to have the cell phone plant in his country, so everyone gets cell phones, and the difference between the general technology level is minimum at, so everyone can just obtain a cell phone. You know what I mean? Like you
Oh
get
yeah,
the
because I mean,
boost.
you'd be
You get the,
amazed at the places in the world right now that have a really low tech level, but everybody's got a fucking cell phone.
that's what I just said. The Zambia thing, like 10 minutes ago. Um, but
in
yeah,
the case of like
it's
Africa, they kind of like skip levels of technology just because like they
the
were so
the world minimum is
Yeah, other people did it for them.
yeah, and that's basically so. If I put nothing in technology for the entire game, but the world minimum keeps raising up, my tech level will raise up with it, just through osmosis, right? Um,
Yes and no. I mean, there are going to be
what
places.
which which keeps it. Well, there are other places that are like, okay, so if the world level is 5, I get raised to 5, but my neighbor is a 35 because he actually put points in that shit.
Maybe.
Yeah, his
Uh,
his his don't go up to 5 points when the
and I
world
guess
level goes up.
there could be like an intelligence where like they just can't handle it.
well,
Like
not
it's
only
like
that, but depending on the distance, if there's like barriers from, like, say, this
Well,
country over here has no contact.
that's why it's the world minimum.
Mm,
The world minimum, right? Like, yeah, okay. There's that one island out in the middle of nowhere where every time somebody tries to get near it, they just kill them.
yeah,
Uh,
but I guess also
but
somebody could game the system. Like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna worry about intelligence because eventually
but
it'll get bumped up. Which I guess could be
it's
a kind
it's
of cool.
so low.
Yeah,
It's going to be like the lowest. It doesn't fucking matter.
yeah,
You'd
and
be stupid to do that because you get wiped out the second somebody
Yeah,
who's playing the game actually comes across you.
and I know one thing in game mechanics, kind of like sometimes it's cool to have a game where you're kind of in still in the game, like we're like you play like Catan or something, or it's like okay, like you just had a bad start and you're just like way behind or whatever it is,
And there's
and
like no way you can catch up.
yeah, and there's some games that kind of have catch up mechanics or sort of
Well,
like
that's what I'm suggesting. That
yeah,
would be because it would be no fun for Raven if you didn't have a catch up mechanic.
Um, I don't know. Uh,
Uh,
I was talking to her about some things, and she gave me some ideas or things, some things to ponder because of her questions. That
yeah.
as a newbie to this, she's looking at things that maybe other people aren't.
Mhm.
And just like some of the other people that I've been talking to, they have very, very different. I could see kind of their strategies sort of starting to evolve, or their bare minimum what they're focused on.
Yeah.
Because there are so many. And for such a simple system, there's some nuance, and uh, there's room for some really complicated strategies, as well as um, different ways of going about building up your uh, yeah, I saw what you sent. Unless that's a second picture you sent me today. um, I'm pretty sure the first picture is not going in the book. uh, It's just that's not going to happen. I'm sure you understand, and your feelings won't be hurt. But I
Uh,
was wondering, what do you guys think? Once this is out, right, and we're well in. Uh, do you think people would pick this up and start one of their own somewhere?
who the fuck knows? But
I
you
mean,
don't know if it's not on the shelf somewhere, right? If it's not on a shelf, no one can buy it. That's what I say. If you
yeah,
the only surefire way to fail is to not do in the first place.
it's a second picture, dork. Okay, because when I was looking for graph paper, because the first place I went to, it won't be here in time. Oh, okay, I approve. Ungar, nice job. Uh, the uh, the paper wouldn't be here in time, and I was like, "Fuck! I should have went to Amazon." Then I would know it would be here yesterday. You know what I mean? I've been
Yeah,
waiting for like almost a week for a bunch of X paper, um,
yeah,
and just pulling that up, I got these ads at the bottom of the screen for all kinds of RPG stuff I'd never fucking heard of. I'm like, huh? Imagine that.
yeah. I
They didn't know
told
what
you,
I wanted the graph paper for, the hex
80
paper.
fucking percent of the global market
Yep.
putting your shit on Drive Through RPG ain't fucking worth it.
Yeah.
well, they raised their prices apparently.
And they're gay.
Well,
If I'm gonna deal with a gay company, it's gonna be the one pretending to be a rainforest and not the one pretending to be a bookshelf.
mm-hmm. And it's funny. Raven, I was trying to explain the hex map, and she'd never seen one, so I showed her, and she was like, "Oh, now I get it." And because you get to place all your stuff, on,
Mm-hmm.
uh, you know, I just next week I really got to.
Party on, Hunger.
That's going to be the hard part, is getting the map uh, on a digital format so that you guys can all see everything. And
Yeah.
think of like
Check World Anvil. Maybe World Anvil might have. It's a website.
I hope you guys are working on your naming conventions. How you're going to name like your characters, your kingdoms, etc. Because that will really add a lot of flavor to the overall feel of the game, as well as
Yes.
help you remember who's who, what's what, and then other people will the things that they can see, because they're not everybody's not going to be able to see everything you're doing and what you have, but the big stuff you
I,
can't really hide a city.
I'm thinking of naming everything after Bob, so I can't do that now because I just said it.
The Bobaverse.
Those I already did the first three of those books. I should finish the series. Finish
Here,
the
hung there.
series.
Rest well,
I
brother.
liked it.
Yeah. How far did you
The
get into
beginning
it?
was a little weird. I think it was just 2 books I got to.
Oh, there's like 5 or 6 of them now.
Yeah, I do like the hard sci-fi aspect.
And I was thinking, if I was, shopping around Amazon, looking at, gaming stuff, and I saw something that said God Wars,
Yeah,
I'm
you gotta
fuck,
check it out.
yeah,
Especially if it's like $20 or $30.
uh-huh, or less for the,
Yeah,
for the
nah,
digesty kind,
no,
the
30
real.
bucks. Never go below 25. Hard policy. It's a game. Never go below 25.
Mm.
They will pay for it. They will.
Yeah, I think you're right to some extent. I really do want a coffee table size freaking hardback book of nothing but freaking
Oh,
George's
that's
work.
75.
I'd pay it if I could put that on the table, and then people come over and go, "What's this?" Oh, just a little something, something. What do you
Yeah.
think? Oh yeah,
It's AI. It's AI. Demon worshiper.
dude, you've seen
You're
George's,
fucked.
you've seen the stuff George came up with.
No, that's fucking. Uh,
There's a lot of people out there that really don't like it, and
yeah,
uh,
they're all on Reddit and they're all dumb, and you don't listen to
it's like this, like the very first picture, the one that I use like for the cover.
them.
What do you think that would cost in man hours and dollars to reproduce as an oil painting?
I don't know. You can probably do that in a weekend, maybe two. But the artist would want like at least $300 for it
Uh huh. At
because it's an
least,
oil painting, right?
yeah.
But
Even
it probably wouldn't be done in actual oils. It'd probably be done digitally, so maybe half that.
Photoshop.
Right. Do it in what's that fucking Adobe Inkscape or whatever,
no
Procreate
idea.
for Apple.
some shit like that. Adobe Paint. Be done on Paint.
MS Paint.
MS
I
Paint.
mean, yeah.
It'll be done in MS Paint.
But what if you really wanted it like, physically a physical medium?
Yeah, you print it off. That's how they do that now. Fucking most art is not done in physical medium anymore,
When,
unless
when
you're
do you think?
you're
When do you think
There's
that happened?
some.
1992. I
There's
could be
one.
off by about a decade.
That's oddly specific. What's up, Brian? How you
I
doing,
would.
man?
I think some still do
Dude,
paint. Some of the older ones, because I
Well,
remember
yeah,
seeing. There's one guy I follow is Jesse White. He's like a comic book artist. He kind of does like classic style stuff.
yeah, but he's like
And
80, right?
what?
you know?
He's like our age. He's like
Yeah.
me, and he's like I think my age or something like that. Like kind of like.
Yeah. So
But like
like
he,
so between 75 and 95.
yeah, basically.
You
And
come up,
he did. I remember it
come see.
didn't. It didn't quite work out, but he did do a painting for John De La Rose's one of his books.
Dinner, sweetie,
Um,
except for dinner. We were
so
painting.
it's kind of a cool painting, but it just didn't quite work out. And it was an oil painting. It came from an oil painting.
Bri, you know
Yeah.
where the link is. You want to come in? I wanted to pick your brain because I
Is it
sent you the invite to the God Wars. I know you're freaking busy as shit, but you know,
it's
might be something you'd be into.
5 questions a week you answer. That's the
Yeah,
select from this list 5 things.
yeah.
Yeah.
So expect
As a war gamer, I can see him, and a Pathfinder player. I can see how it might appeal to him or might not. But at the very least,
I believe, good sir, it's called toilet paper
I was
player.
waiting for that. George just did some art today, and the every time he did the couple, the male and female sea elf, I'm like,
Mhm.
Brian's got to see this shit, you know.
Let's see here. Let's see if I can pull up. There was a dozen other one like variants and stuff.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Uh, let me pull it up.
No problem, Brian.
Oh, it's all drowned now.
He's got to take his pants off. His
I know the feeling. I had I made half-pound burgers today because we had company Thursday, which we were going to do that. So we observe Lent and not eat meat on Friday, and it got pushed over to Saturday. I I made a freaking half-pound burger for me and the boy, a bag of frozen French fries, because the way I cook them, they come out freaking phenomenal. And I had to take a shower after dinner.
I had the best French fries ever. McDonald's.
Those are good, but I don't eat at McDonald's as a thing of principle anymore because with the minimum wage being $20 and a burger being $57, just fuck them.
Burgers are not $57.
That's kind of called hyperbole. Bleeker, long time no see.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Good to see you too, man. I saw a couple of people today I haven't seen in a while.
You got to get it right. They're $56.95.
Okay. All that was missing was a chocolate shake, and I'm like, you know what? What the fuck am I thinking?
Strawberry. What the
I
fuck's this
can't. I'm allergic to
chocolate?
strawberries. So
You gotta get some rope. Fix that problem right away.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's been about 30 years since I had one. So who knows? Maybe it'll just kill me, or maybe there'll be nothing. I could eat them because I have been eating this strawberry cream cheese with little bits of strawberry in it. Although they could be anything. They could just be Skittles or something. Um,
Yeah.
but I was thinking, shit. I've got a blender. I know how to make a chocolate shake. I can make a vanilla shake. What the hell?
It's not the same. You got to get the mix master thing. You gotta spend the $84,000 on the
Master?
the industrial.
I might institute that because the way I make my burgers is pretty much like In and Out, except half-pound patties, which means Thousand Island instead of ketchup or mustard or mayo or whatever, with lots of grilled onions. My point is that whenever I go to In and Out, I get a chocolate shake, and they make them so thick that you can't use the straw as anything but a spoon,
Oh, I like
which is
that.
the way a shake should be. Um,
You need the extra white straw.
oh yeah, they do that, but I'm like, shit. You know what? I'm going grocery shopping next weekend. I'm gonna see if I can't make
Do you
myself.
have a blender?
Yeah,
Do you have a wide barrel blender like the big ones?
yeah,
Okay. So yeah, you just put a tub of ice cream in there, some milk, and
yep.
some
And then
malt.
for
You
those
can get
for
you can get
those
the malt powder right off the shelf. It's just a teaspoon
oh.
in that, and that's a malt shake.
And Bleeker, I've only missed one of my live streams Thursday or Saturday, one in about what a year or more.
Yeah, and that was last week
Yeah.
or Thursday. Look, I told you he took his fucking pants off.
Uh, Bleeker,
There we go.
what's great about In and
Selling my
Out,
shirts.
Bleeker, it's the overall
Hey, Bo.
experience
There
when
we
you
go.
go to a place that's immaculately clean everywhere. I mean, when we go there, there's about 30 people working inside that tiny little building. Okay, and every one of them is happy as shit to see you, or at least they seem, incredibly friendly. I go to a Jack in the Box or a Wendy's or whatever. They don't give two fucks. Who you are, what you want, whatever.
I see that shit every day, dude. Door dashing and shit. Customer service, like just communication. I take that back. Communication with this new generation is just in the fucking toilet. You can like ask them a question and they're just like, there's triggered or some shit. It's just like, hey, are you gonna acknowledge what I asked? I mean, they cannot communicate worth a damn. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, because they're not using their thumbs to do so.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Bo,
Bo.
does it make it any worse? I mean, if it's that thick, I mean, spoon, straw, who cares? It's fucking ice cream. I mean, I don't know about you, but growing up, ice cream was like, it wasn't something you could just have every day.
Yeah,
You know,
I had a bowl of ice cream before my carrot cake.
okay.
Justin's just at the fuck it stage. Fuck it. I'm gonna have some carrot cake, some shake, and I'll just eat a fucking bottle of peanut butter. Fuck it.
Bottle?
Peanut butter comes in a jar.
Or a jar, or whatever the
You
fuck.
pantless weirdo.
Oh
That's
no,
like
you
a
know,
bottle.
you Canadians.
How do you
live
even
in
get it out of a
world.
bottle? I mean, does it have a plunger or something?
I mean, it's Canada,
Oh,
dude.
okay.
They're about
Canada.
20, 30 years, 100 years behind us, and they might still be jarring their peanut butter.
We jar. It's a plastic jar, but it's still a jar.
Yeah, not only did they do that, Bleeker, but I've got pictures of some of the hidden messages on the bottoms of the cups. Some of them are pretty spicy. Some of the little secret messages on the bottom of the paper cups that you get for your drinks. So, you know,
Yeah.
and they're, I mean, all the burgers, out there are kind of the same within a few
Yeah.
minor ingredients.
It's salt and sugar between a bun.
I like the sort of
Hey, who's
steamed
joining us?
burgers from White Castle.
Yeah, White Castle is crap.
Man, I'm gonna have
Oh,
White Castle.
Raven, sorry, I did not hear the beep. Welcome to the
Yeah.
show, Raven, and
There
you're
was no beep.
blacked out, so I don't know what's
Yeah.
My,
We're just counting until we say bye, Raven.
Last year, my wife made them for me. Like she made like a homemade version of them because they don't have any around here.
You can buy
Yeah.
the steaming tray thing. It's like $45.
You
Oh,
can. I remember White Castle. Didn't they start doing like frozen burgers? You can get them in like
Yeah.
supermarket.
grocery stores. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're
but
still
like,
crap. As a matter of fact, that was the very first burger Jackie has as a little baby boy was White Castle. I got some frozen ones. I went, all right, let's see, and he loved them then. He still loves them now.
they're
Yeah,
they're
I love
cooked
them. I
different.
just grew up with them.
Okay,
My
Bleeker,
wife's like, they're soggy. I don't like them.
Bleeker on some of the cups they said things like "Let's go, Brandon."
Let's go branding.
Let's go, Brandon.
Oh, Brandon. What's Brandon? No,
You don't remember
it was
when
a Biden
you don't
thing.
remember the Joe Biden thing?
I don't know.
Okay, there was this like IndyCar race or something, and the audience was going,
Fuck Brandon. Fuck Brandon.
fuck Joe Biden.
Oh, gotcha.
And the newscaster heard that, and she said, "Oh, I guess they're all saying, 'Let's go, Brandon.'" Even though she knew what they were saying, and
Gotcha.
so it became code for "fuck Joe Biden." And then someone called up on a live show where Joe Biden and his wife were answering phone calls, and some guy comes in, starts talking, and then he says, "Oh, and by the way, let's go, Brandon." And Joe Biden said, "Yeah, let's go, Brandon."
That was at Christmas. Christmas at the White House.
Okay, thank you.
That sounds like a
Yeah.
porno. Christmas at the White House.
Well, I think you could write that in like 20, 25 scenes.
Hell yeah, shit. 20, like 4.
No.
4 scenes are good.
I said write it.
They got that
not
too,
film it.
Bleeker. But yeah, I saw that as well. So,
You
I
need to have
actually-
a little
I
more
had
literary
one.
merit.
I had one of the cups, and it ended up in the trash somehow because someone didn't realize.
I got a question for you. You guys are all religious and shit.
No,
Now, Jesus technically pacifist, right?
No,
Buddhist
not really.
definitely a pacifist.
Jesus was all about whipping a bitch on the temple stairs, man.
No, but I couldn't remember. Is Muhammad, was he a pacifist?
Fuck no.
No, I didn't think.
Neither was Jesus. Jesus was
Well, you know
not a
what I mean.
pacifist.
I mean, he
Yeah.
wasn't out there like fucking doing shit. I mean, he was pretty.
Where Muhammad, that guy was out there with his men, fucking robbing caravans and shit.
Yeah, I want to say Muhammad was like a normal dude. Like
Yeah, he was a normal fucking dude.
pacifist guy. I can't remember.
No, it actually said that, Bleeker.
No, he literally there's a passage in the Quran where he's like janking a caravan, and then some angels came and helped him fucking kill some people.
Fuck yeah, dude. Like, if you're talking, like, if you ever
Like-
see an angel, you're fucked.
You
On Earth.
you gotta understand.
On Earth, if you see an angel on Earth, you're fucked because they're just here to lay wrath down.
Yeah, who was it? Who was it who called him God's hitman?
The Quran is a lot more like the Old Testament than it is, and I don't mean the sterilized Old Testament that the Christians read. I mean the fucking Hebrew Talmud Old Testament, like
Fucking God's wrath.
like
cities assault.
Yes, I mean,
fucking,
everything.
no,
is just-
that's the weak ass bullshit. That's the weak ass bullshit. The kill all the non-you God.
Yeah, put people.
Now the Bible records Jesus losing his temper one
No,
time.
he does it a few times.
And that was
Yeah,
at the
I'm willing to
temple.
bet a hefty sack of change that he probably lost his shit a couple of times.
Well, yeah, but you know, but in general, he's a pacifist, right?
Well,
Because Mel
well-
asked me today, I was like, you know, we were talking about religion and you know the wars that religions have caused and shit, and I'm like, it's funny because the fucking sons of God or whatever the whatever they are,
Sons of Abraham.
they you know technically most of them or most of the gods were relatively peaceful, or not the gods, the fucking what would you call them, the messiahs or the
Prophets.
prophets. The prophets. Most of the prophets were pretty laid back, kind of chill.
Well, yeah, because if you weren't, you probably had one form of government or another, you know, cracking down on your skull pretty hard.
Well,
But speaking of religion, have you seen my God Wars stuff there, Brian?
I haven't. I saw that you did a quick video. It's like it's like a role playing game where you like type in or something.
Yeah, well, it's not really a role playing game. It's more like a war game, like a play by mail game, where every week, but it's play by post or internet. Every week, you give 5 commands to your empire, and it's all anonymous, so you don't know who you're fighting against. But you're basically just trying to expand your empire until your religion and God, etc., is the big kahuna on the planet.
Okay, so how hard are we going to do with that rule suggestion that I did? If you let your own rule, if you accidentally tell other people what God you are, your religion just dies.
Yeah, you're pretty much going to get booted. That's got to be, for it to be as authentic to a play-by-mail or a play-by-post game. Anonymity has to be crucial. If you know who your neighbors, you know, who's playing your neighboring empire or kingdom or whatever, if you know who it is, that will change how you think about it.
Well, I mean, this is mostly combat, obviously, because you know
expansion.
Most expansion has like you got dignitaries going and making treaties and talking. Going to bed, baby. Say hi.
You can also like spread influence and shit.
And also hi, all you nerds.
Hey Mel, long time no
Bye,
see.
Mel.
It's like this, Brian. There's alliances.
Hi, Brian's
that
leash, Mel.
There's all kinds of things you can do. Okay, Brian. But for example, Raven brought up a good point. You know, if someone finds out who Raven is, a lot of people are going to go after her, thinking that she's.
I would never go after Raven. Ever.
Okay.
Or the opposite, they might do.
Okay, or even the opposite. If everybody leaves Raven alone, she'll get a false sense of security. We don't want that either.
Well, like I wouldn't move armies after Raven. I'd be like, let me show the enlightenment of my faith to your people, so you lose all subjects.
I would send my Bigfoot infiltrators into Raven's land. It would just hamstring her because she would like be, oh shit, we gotta find Bigfoot. He's here, and all her
I read that book.
internal instead of external. I'm like, yeah, speed bump.
I read that book. She'd be too busy trying to keep her panties dry. So
Oh, goodness.
But
there's
but
like
the same
37
thing, you know.
volumes of that series,
But
man.
the converse is true also. If say there's a member of our group and people don't like that guy, or some people don't like that guy, they're gonna go after him, or maybe they will, or maybe they wouldn't. I
Like
want you to.
Bo?
I want you
Bo
to.
would be fucked.
Yeah,
You
fuck
know,
I'm
Bo.
joking, Bo.
Bo's more than welcome to join, but he's
Yeah.
so busy and stuff that. But if you don't know who your neighbors are and you just treat them like the elves or the dwarves or that they're playing, then you're gonna play more authentically, and
Yeah.
you're gonna play into and kind of role play or get into the spirit of what's trying to happen, as opposed to go, I hate that guy. I'm gonna
Also,
fucking make it my life's mission to make his life miserable.
you could figure out who somebody is and just like keep it to your fucking self.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'd be like, yeah, this empire over here built 7 strip joints and 1
It's like,
farm.
what is all this? What are these gay clubs? That must be Shadow.
No, I'm the host. I'm not. I play the NPCs where necessary, but I'm not building anything of my own. I wish I could play in this. That's why I was asking if you
Next
think
time.
other people would
Well,
run
you could
this.
be the wrath of God. You could be like the windstorm that comes in, or the fucking flood that
Thanks,
happens.
Jason.
Some shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. At the end, maybe. But no. But if I'm like, okay, this guy built 7 strip joints and 1 farm, I know who that is. That's Brian.
Or
Right.
Hungar,
or
or
Hungar. Nah, Hungar would be like, I built a butthole, so I can finally have one.
Oh man.
what do you mean? Finally, you mean so you can have another one?
Leave it to the
I'll replace
Canadian
it.
just to go that extra fucking step.
I say that shit to his face, like I did like 2 hours ago.
It's good to see Hungar back in the mix, though.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
He still needs to put more shit in his fucking walls, though. It's like I'm looking at some. I guess I don't know what the fuck, like a prison cell.
The Spartan.
hmm
Yeah, he is.
I'm sure the other walls that we can't see are just full of inappropriate.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like
Print that's
every,
that
every
picture he sent
fold
you.
out pinup since like 1962 for Playboy.
No. Shadows, send Brian that picture Hungar sent you.
I'm not gonna do it right now.
Yeah.
It'll be like the
I'll
picture
send
in
it
The
to him.
Shining
Send it to me
in
too.
Scatman Crothers' room.
Oh, there you go. Build up.
Wow, Jason, that could be a bastion feature of D&D 2024. Build a butthole.
I hear the new D&D and all that shit is like tanking. They fired like all their online like
Their
electronic
VTT project.
group
Everything.
and shit. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, hell yeah. You normie weirdos. It's not about that shit. It's about weirdos role playing. We need to keep it
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. It's
not
about
making
taking
it for the
slaves and
mainstream.
killing assholes.
It's most wow. It's most assuredly not about.
I sent it to you, Brian. I sent you the picture.
On Discord.
Yeah.
baking brownies while wearing Birkenstocks.
Exactly. Oh man, it's just like see, and as a war gamer, how I'm feeling it. GW. I mean, look, GW like
I gotta stop
started
looking.
like it's pretty heavy. They did a lot of shit, but what they did is it became vanilla, and they fucked the whole wargaming scene. It's all about like tournament play. Everybody plays with fucking points. Everybody, all this bullshit. It sucks, man. There's no narrative based. It's all just point fucking battles. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah. I have no problem if you're starting off a campaign on an equal footing.
Sure.
But like it's gotta be for a campaign, and then you've gotta have like, okay, because I won the last game, I get to take in fucking X more shit then.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah,
I can cluster
it's
it
just-
somewhere else.
but it's just, and it's so like, it's so funny these games. Let's say like Flames of War. Flames of War is a 15 millimeter like World War II or whatever game, right? And it's like it's lots of tanks and vehicles. And when you look at the board, it's just like a battalion of fucking tanks all lined up next to each other, like in a fucking row.
Well, it's also like, the players don't learn fucking strategy and shit.
Well, the thing is, the mechanics don't allow for like maneuvering platoons in certain formations through certain terrain. They're all just butted up against each other because there's no fucking room.
Yeah,
it's just dumb. It's just stupid.
Well,
that's why Epic was the 6 mil scale. When you want to do stuff like that, you can, and you can do it more realistically because you have more room. With the larger scale, it's better for skirmish.
Well, 15 isn't bad, but yeah, it's like you have these massive, like, I don't care what you say, in World War II, except for in very limited times, there wasn't 500 tanks on a field or whatever.
Right.
There were like, here's 4.
I mean, they might have company level. I mean, on the scale that you're doing, company, that's what company is. What fucking like 20 tanks maybe, and that's like the whole fucking field.
Well, that's also like you have a point structure, but is the point structure recognizing like 1 tank at 30 infantrymen or something stupid like that?
I mean,
because I don't know what the scale is for Flames of War. I've looked at it before.
It's 15. It's 15. But the thing,
no, not the actual scale.
Oh, I think it's a
like the point scale.
It's either company or you mean the base points to play or something?
Yeah, like when you have like an Abrams or something like that, right?
Yeah.
How many points to buy that is it in infantry? Right?
Yeah,
is it like 30 guys? Because that would be the equivalent in
that'd be a platoon. Like,
it would be the equivalent of those facing each other in real world combat.
Oh, right on, Travis. You know it's funny, Travis. I had some buddies that were in Iraq as well.
What's up, Travis? Long time no see, bro.
They brought their minis. They like the 6 mil, like the epic scale stuff, but they didn't have any train and shit. They just played in the sand and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's kind of like what Travis is saying. Yeah, I've heard so many cool stories of people, in uniform.
It's funny because my friends they were like ComSat guys, so they were like, in the the air conditioned Humvees and the Deuce and a Halfs and the air conditioning with all the computers and the fucking satellite links and shit. So they were like, behind the front, but they're fucking playing Warhammer on top of the fucking hood of the car and shit. It's pretty funny.
It's freaking awesome, dude. That's why I built some portable dungeons and things like that. In case the boy is in college or in the military or whatever, so that you can play these games but still, keep it portable. Some you can keep in less than a shoebox. I mean, for a good 40K game, I mean, you got luggage. You know what I mean? You need a freaking.
And another bad thing is like they're just shoveling everything fucking in it. It's like, let's say Bolt Action's a big game right now. It's a World War II platoon level roughly. It's 28 mil, and it's like they got aircraft. Like, dude, at that scale, an airplane strafing something is going to fucking hit everybody.
Not only that, but it's going to be on the board for like a second.
Like a second.
Well,
it's gonna do a flyby, and then it's gonna take 3 or 4 turns to make a U-turn, then come back around. But then they have like onboard artillery of like rocket launchers, like the Nobel Warfers. The Germans had those racked rocket launchers.
I mean, I could see like if you were playing like a Vietnam era game, having a couple of helicopters or one.
Well, they have a Vietnam version of that game, and they have like the Bell or whatever that you can buy. Or
well, we in Weird World War II, we advanced like heliborne tactics into World War II, right? And we were playing it out, and at 28 millimeter, the table is just too small because you know what happens to the helicopters? They become wreckage.
Yeah,
because they're not armored. You know, and the only way you can do an actual heliborne attack or whatever is if you fucking smoke the entire field. And that's what they did in real life too. They would smoke the field, the helicopters would land, behind it, and then disperse the troops and shit.
That's the thing. I understand having that, but you put like a rule that it has to land on the edge of a table, or a corner or something like that.
But people it's just I don't know. That's weird.
Because that way you can like have it on. It's an excuse to sell another miniature.
Exactly, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to.
I honestly have no problem with that.
Travis, I used to do the same thing. I had
creating breaking rules for it.
I had a cigar box. I had a cigar box, and I could keep my Eldar, my Imperial Guard, and something else all in a cigar box. About this big when it was 6 mil.
Well, that was the thing I always thought was stupid with BattleTech, and obviously they had like fucking Harmony Gold, death upon you, or whatever that Muslim saying is. But they should have always had like a starter box that was like a lunch box.
Those little carry with you.
Yeah. And maybe like have a strap and like just big enough so you could like tuck the book into one side.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when GW started doing the coffin boxes, the big that shit, man. Because I remember playing. I only played GW stuff up until the 90s. I played Rogue Trader, and then I played 2nd edition. And the 2nd edition box was great. It was all, you could shovel all the shit in there, all the minis, all the templates and all that shit, and the books. You can just lug that thing around. Maybe some terrain on top of it, but it was all there. It was, but now these people are crazy. They get like storage suitcases, and it's like,
yeah. You guys know who Uncle Adam is from Tabletop Minions?
Yeah.
He just started shilling this little skirmish carry case. It's about the size of a lunchbox, but it's like $60, and it's dang near bulletproof. I'm like,
$60. I mean, what the fuck?
That's normal for a case that size.
I know, but
any level of quality builds these days.
It looks solid. It looks good, but I'm
not a fan of him. I'm not a fan of Uncle. I mean, he seems like a nice dude and all that, but the shit that he plays is just the mainstream garbage. The same recycled fucking mechanics, and
I don't think he plays that much like actual 40K.
He and Sam Lenz just played Trench Crusade. That looks fun. They've made a couple of games of their own, where it's more streamlined and simple.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen. I mean, look, I'm not just. Wasn't
it, Cody? 2E was like, in my opinion, the height of 40K. The 2nd edition, where it first had the first codexes, and it still had that spirit of make your own shit. We don't care.
That was the last edition that kept some of the flavor from Rogue Trader.
3rd edition still had build your own shit stuff in it.
Okay.
Yeah, but 3rd edition is when they became like you need armies.
Okay.
And you know where the link is. You want to come in and talk some 40K for a bit? You're always welcome, bro.
But
yeah, okay, I can see that what you mean. You need armies. I like the variability of, and even they keep trying to bring back these small skirmish games that you can use the same miniatures for, but they end up creeping into like fucking army games within a year.
Yeah,
and it's like, yeah.
But I mean, all these
they've done like this force box thing, and remember the start collecting boxes were supposed to be balanced to play out of the box.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. If you're playing a game system that has a FAQ every fucking week, it's shit.
Shit by design.
Exactly. It's shit. So stop doing it. Just stop.
One of my all-time favorite games was the original Necromunda as well.
Oh yeah, Necromunda was great. But
people still play that shit.
All the skirmish games after Necromunda were clones of fucking Necromunda.
Yeah.
Or rarely anything new or fresh mechanically. Oh, thanks, brother. GM.
Even Frostgrave.
My second favorite movie of all time, Return of the Living Dead.
The best dancing on a cemetery scene.
Hell yeah.
not the best cemetery scene ever. There's an Italian film.
Oh,
Yeah, I freaking love Necromunda. Because
yeah.
even if you had a big gang, you could always have those games where it was like, okay, you only get 5 dudes, or even like 2 or 3. Especially when the Spyries came out. Oh my god, those guys were so OP. Fuck.
And it was funny because we put limitations on Necromunda because it was like it didn't seem right when you just have these gangers gang banging and all this shit right here. We had like a turn limits where either we got to do what we got to do within 5 turns, or the Adeptus Arbites show up, the cops show up, or the guard show up, or like the what were the weird mutant dudes? The scabies.
The scabies
show up.
Oh god, I was one of the only armies I never got to run, and I so wanted to run one of them. I literally played almost every single gang at one time or another, and the game was so much fun and so easy to wrap your head around. And what I saw when they brought it back a couple of years ago was just like, oh my god, this is awful. Everything about it. It's just, even the models looked really, really bad.
I mean, so like Cool Mini or not, big company, they do that Zombicide and whatever, right? And they bought Dust. And,
Nice.
They bought what?
They bought Dust. Remember Dust
Oh,
Tactic?
yeah.
They bought the IP, so they own it all, and they released this small little like I don't know, just like a show off. But I swear to God, every fucking buddy in there looks like they're from South California. You know what I mean? It's like the girls have shaved heads on the side, and it's like, what the fuck? This is World War II, dude. You can get weird, but don't get Southern California weird. Come on now.
That's always going too
crazy.
I have to agree with you. Even living here, yeah, it's ridiculous.
But I'm just like, how'd you ruin that? How do you ruin a weird World War II? And you ruin it by making people look like they're fucking like millennials or something. It's just bizarre. How you ruin it? You don't understand it.
You hire all your people from Southern California or Seattle to make your game, and it's ruined instantly.
It's just, I don't get it.
Travis, that sounds kind of fun. Can you send me a link?
Oh, your one-page rule? Yeah, that's the big thing now because people are sick and fucking tired. They're sick of their armies being retired, and they're sick of all the bullshit rules. They just want to play.
Yeah, that's the one thing I unconditionally agree with Uncle Adam on is the rules agnostic, like miniatures agnostic games.
Yeah,
man, we've been playing that for fucking 20, 30, 25 years. That we call it free range gaming, but I guess the new term is.
Raven's got.
It's rules designed.
Yeah. See, and that's what I think in the future, if wargaming survives in 3-dimensional gaming, is that everybody's going to have 3D printers. And what's going to really happen is like these companies, they're not going to be able to make it in the models that they have, like the business models that they have. They're going to have to make superior game mechanic rules that people are going to want to buy.
And even then, you're never going to get that, oh my God, this is the best rule ever. And everybody suddenly, you're never going to get that.
There are too many different tastes.
Yeah.
But
and
you're all fucking wrong.
Back.
I'm right.
What's up, guys? Hope you're ready for tomorrow. I wanted to get Space Weirdos, but then I forgot. Thanks for reminding me of one more thing I got to add to my list.
Space Weirdos, yeah.
Because I worked on a system agnostic game when I was really young because I had all these miniatures, but I couldn't play them all at the same time, And I was like, and I worked on it, and I'm sure we've all done something like that. But there really needs to be.
Well, I like the idea of being able to like just go into my bits box and fucking make whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
If I want to get another copy of Oswald Mosley and give him a goddamn chainsword,
that's it. He'd be just as lame as he was the first time.
Fuck you. He's the best politician the British ever produced.
What's up, Per?
Which, isn't saying a lot.
Friggin' everybody's here tonight, man.
They all want in on God Wars, that's why.
You know what? Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be fun, guys. It's just a little thing, like I was telling somebody the other day. If it takes up more than 30, you're not ready for tomorrow. Why not, Mac? If it takes you more than 30 minutes a week to do what the God Wars. Oh, you're still in Lake Geneva. Okay, well that I will allow. I hope you have a freaking blast. As long as you bring me back something, just saying.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm just saying that you better pull your fucking laptop out in the middle of the convention floor. Be like,
Is there a con going on?
sorry guys, yeah, it's Gary Con or whatever.
Yeah.
Furry
Uh,
con? What?
Yeah,
Gary.
Oh,
Gary
Gary
Furry
Con.
Con.
You know, like Gary Gygax.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I really wanted to go, but when I saw what Mac had to go through, I'm like, yeah.
Is it like old school, like lovers of Gary, or is it like shit industry? Don't know who the fuck he is other than the name, kind of shit.
A bit of both, from what I understand.
Well, what I was hearing is that if you didn't buy like above silver tickets, silver level, like gold or platinum, you kind of getting the short end of the stick.
For being able to pick games or whatever.
Tower of God, yes, that's cool.
Oh, so you gotten some good stuff. Okay, because I kept hearing stories, not just from you, but other folks, that they couldn't get into any of the cool games unless you were a platinum or a gold, card, whatever.
They might not have been allowing people to reserve seats unless they've done that. So they weren't all taken up for.
And Travis, that sounds kind of cool. Can you send me the link in Discord?
Cook, Brand. Yeah.
Because I got this one game that Owen recommended. What the hell was it? It's over here somewhere. Hold on. Yeah, 5 parsecs from home.
Oh yeah.
5
And
parsecs.
it looks kind of cool, but I'm only on page like 36.
And it's all in that book.
Yeah.
Who makes that?
Modifius.
Yeah. It's like a skirmish level sci-fi, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
more-
kind of like a skirmish level sci-fi. What do you call it? Frostgrave or Mordheim. Sci-fi. Your dudes go and try to get treasure or loot or whatever, and then after the game they can maybe go up levels, kind of thing. Oh, you don't do Discord? Shit,
Who doesn't do Discord?
Travis.
Travis? Why don't you fucking do Discord, you weirdo?
Yeah, Mac. If
Probably doesn't.
if I was gonna
No.
go, I would have to go way above silver, and that sounds like a lot of freaking money, and plus airfare and all that other shit.
75, 95? How much are tickets?
And then knowing me, I would spend half my time in the dealer rooms buying shit, and then having
you
to
don't
mail
need.
it home. It would be like $5,000 before I'd even
Damn.
think it was anything other than kind of a
I don't-
letdown.
Man, these fucking cons, dude. Fucking outrageous. These prices. I don't know about you guys. I was a big comic guy back in the 80s. I remember paying $5 That's it. $5 fucking bucks to get in. And it was a room. It didn't have wrestlers, didn't have fucking movie stars, didn't have porno stars, didn't have politicians. All
Wait,
it was
what?
thousands of fucking long boxes.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
And
I
that's
do
it.
not believe that you went to anything that did not have porno stars.
Yeah, the
You know
last
what I
the
mean?
last
It's
game
just like-
the last
Yeah,
con
it's
I
like-
went to was Wizard World, I think it was, and it was like $20, and I walked right by the fucking cast of Firefly, not knowing who the fuck they were, and just and I freaking kick myself every fucking time I think about it. It's like
How
You
the
know-
hell could you ever miss Summer Glau?
I don't know that she was there, but I know Nathan Fillion was there, and Gina Torres was there, and I just like whatever, a bunch of dudes in cowboy outfits, okay, whatever. didn't and now it's my favorite show of all time.
Is it really?
Yes.
Wow.
I mean,
Yeah, he loves his space westerns.
dude,
It's
there's
fucking
nothing
weird.
more sci-fi western than Firefly, and there's nothing better than some of the banter that went on in that show between the characters and the simple turns of phrases.
Very bad Chinese.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. It's just
Okay, I'm
like
glad you got those speed paints there, Mac.
I mean, I go to these, like, I've been to a lot of different gaming cons in my life, right? And the best ones are the small ones. The
Mhm.
best ones are the cheaper ones because it's like you walk into this game and everybody is like, "Hey, come on, sit down, dude. You don't have to fucking sign up. Just sit down. We'll
Yep.
work you into the game, right?" And it sounds like over at Gary Con, you got to buy tickets to get the seat. Man, fuck that shit. What? That's ridiculous. That's dumb.
Well, no, you got to
No.
you got to buy a ticket to get in, and
Well,
depending
yeah.
on the level, will determine, I think, how many games or what games you can get in. As in when you can start choosing what games you want to be in.
See,
The
that's
platinum guys get to go first, then the gold
bullshit.
guys, then the silver guys, and you know,
That's ridiculous, man. I mean, if you
Yeah.
buy a ticket to a gaming con, you better well fucking have a seat to play a game at every hour.
Yeah.
There's no reason why
Every hour.
every fucking hour you should be able to sit at a new table or whatever it is.
well, it depends on how long the game is, but yeah, totally.
But you know
And
what
I
I
went to
mean?
another con.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the name of it. So long ago, and I bumped into everybody I knew from all the different game shops. It was in the '80s. It was like $10 to get in. I don't even think it cost anything to get in, just to walk around. But if you wanted a game, you had to pay something, and I didn't because I just wanted to walk around, and it was just like
Well, it's like these cons. It's about fucking, making money. I remember back in the day, it was people. It was usually like shop owners getting together and like, okay, we're gonna make this con, and they made their money off of the fucking dealers who were willing to pay for a table to set up their shit or whatever. Right? They didn't put the cost on the attendance, right? Because you want a shit
trying to
ton
do
of
that off
attendance,
grid.
and it's like
Yeah.
it's not like that anymore. These fucking cons want to make hand over fist cash.
Well,
right?
that's why
They,
people
they
like
they also mostly only break even too.
Well, that was the thing.
people.
It wasn't about making the money. It was about having this centralized location where everybody in that community can gravitate toward, and the people who are selling product are the ones who are paying the convention, runners the luxury of setting up their wares at the shop and bare
I-
minimal entry fee for the fucking attendance, man. I don't know. I don't get it. I'm old school.
For you, Raven. That's why people like Venger and Biggest Geekus and Claricon, all these smaller cons with, you know, no name, low level celebrities, YouTuber guys, that aren't like these million channel things are probably the only kind of cons I'll hit up in the
Yeah.
remainder of my life. Hopefully, I'll be able to do the ShadowCon in like 26, 27, depending on the folks at Arduin. And
Get your ass down here, dude.
50 people. If you get more, cool. But make sure that everybody who shows up gets to freaking play and nobody's just standing around.
Yeah.
Because there's no room, there's no whatever.
At the very least, you got like a couple extra books, so some people could just like grab a table and fucking look through them.
Exactly. That was a thing too back in the day. Every con I ever went to, there was a room dedicated with just empty tables and chairs. You bump into some old friends you haven't seen in 5-7 years or whatever. It's like, hey, come on, let's go play a game real quick.
Or you break open that new game that you just bought from a dealer, and you're like, let's play this bad boy. I've done that shit.
Let's figure this retarded shit out.
You gotta allow the 15 minutes just smelling the new ink in the plastic. I don't know if I'm the only person who ever did that, but
Yeah, you are.
Oh man.
You are.
Well, I mean,
weird.
being an old school, most of
Very
my
weird.
comic collection was Silver Age and Golden Age, and just smelling that those old comics, man. Woo!
that absorbed tobacco. And
Yeah,
God knows what else.
yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. There's a
Well, no, knowing
Shut
it smells like
Shut
fish. It smells like fish.
Travis. I totally know what that's like. I guarantee you, I have at least one game book, at least one. This is funny. Back when I used to, rock the ganja, I have at least one book that I guarantee has got particles in it.
up.
Okay, but the funniest thing was I had that very same book when I was in juvenile hall. I got it sent to me, and it made it through. So I
I'll
could
do
actually
that.
have it while I was in juvie. And I was like, oh, I opened it up one day, and I'm like, oh shit, they're gonna think I've been, uh, but nothing like that happened. But it was like, oh my god, there's green stuff in my book.
I listened to your rant video the other day. It was pretty good. Where you're talking about, was it the 50th anniversary issue, Time or something that had like D and
Oh yeah,
D,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Thanks.
and you were talking about this game.
The best North.
A lot of people are associating their, I don't know, attaching their egos to the game. Or I mean, that's what we do. I mean, we're fucking old grown-ards, and we're feeling how we're feeling.
Raven
but,
down here actually sent me that mag.
Oh, right on, Raven.
Yeah, I would have never bought it for myself.
But you're right to say that this game is the purpose of your life. That's bullshit. But I think for a lot of us that this game has kept us like centered and like kept us like going at
No,
certain times when things are down.
I've met
Because of the
most people
community
that
and shit.
play D&D, and they're not centered. They're nuts.
Yeah, but it kept us from freaking going off the deep end. You know what I
No,
mean?
Yeah,
you
man, it's like-
you probably would have been stable, well-adjusted people if it wasn't for
You're
D&D.
absolutely right.
But-
I probably would have been a cop.
But Heidi Gygax. Oh yeah, I remember her from Gamma World cover. The ad where she's all in her sexy sci-fi babe outfit. You remember that? In that Gygax's daughter,
I think so.
Heidi. She was dressed in that like silver space suit for Gamma World. You don't remember that? What the fuck?
Oh, dude, I wish I could have met Zeb. I'm not so big a fan of Kelsey, but that.
Gamma World,
Uh,
Silver Space.
VentureCon, EggCon, and both Arnie Cons are close to your neck of the woods. Not me. I'm in California.
Who's Zeb?
Zeb Cook.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the
He
name.
was one of the old timers.
Oh, okay. Of
he
D&D?
did a lot of Gamma World stuff.
Oh, okay.
Zebulon's, no, I'm thinking Star Frontiers. Maybe he did some Gamma World stuff, but Zebulon's Guide was actually named
Oh,
after.
was it? Oh, okay. I remember. I fell in love with that Gamma World. I mean, she's not the greatest looker, but I'm
Gamma.
like, whoa, space chick. What's this Gamma World? I'm gonna get into this thing. You got a laptop now, Raven? Right on.
Yeah. Yeah, I bought a used refurbished one from eBay, and it's
Nice.
done really well.
I just got a new shit.
He's breaking it.
Oh, he wrote the second edition of AD&D. That's too bad because I hate 2E. I don't hate it. I don't like some of the things they did and some of the motivation behind what they did. And there's some really good ideas in it though. I have the Wizards, Spell Compendium, Priest Compendium, Encyclopedia Magica, and I use all that stuff for my 1E games. I love what they did for the Thief, the Specialized Wizards, but I hate that they took out the Assassin, the Titties, and the upper level damage for
The
fire.
assassin, the titties, and the
And I hate what they did to the Ranger and the Bard and a bunch of other stuff. But they did do some good stuff. But he wrote Slave Pits and Die Vecna Die, or just Die Vecna. Most of that stuff I'd rather do it myself than buy somebody else's, version. Yeah, I get it. Have you ever looked into? Oh, Brian popped out. Cody, have you ever looked at the old one ebooks?
It says let me in. Yeah, this is just in time for me to share this image. We'll see
Sure,
here.
what?
This
Shadow's
image.
gonna pop it up.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah. I'm like, hell yeah, space babes.
That
Yeah.
Yeah,
reminds
we're
me of
silver.
Star Virgin and what was the other one? Galaxina.
Oh, Galaxina. Yeah.
That is literally the ad for Gamma World.
Yep.
That's if that doesn't make you want to play Gamma World, there's something wrong with you, or in Raven's case, you're a straight chick. Or
Nah,
you like the outfit and you wish you had it. So
Shit, I mean,
uh,
Raven saw the big old beefy, beefcakes and loincloths with big battle axes. I'm sure that stirred some inner emotions, maybe.
oh, you do have all the one ebooks? Okay.
It's so funny. It's like these girls are like saying, "Oh, all these models and their airbrush,
I'm
pictures."
the same way, Cody.
You know,
It really is all about not just nostalgia, but what you know best. And for me, like my very first character was a ranger. Okay, and I when I was looking at the player's handbook, I'm like, oh my god! At a certain level, he gets to cast magic user spells and druid spells, and he can use a crystal ball and all these other wizardly magic items when he gets to like 10th level. And I'm like, oh my god, this is freaking Aragorn. Oh my god, I'm going to play this guy. And of course, he died in the first game, the first session. Made another ranger. Same thing happened. Maybe lasted to second or third level. And I kept running rangers until I finally got one right. It was like my seventh or eighth ranger. Finally made it to 10th level. Got a crystal ball.
so
Got the cool
here's a
shit.
question for everybody that's listening. Your first character ever made, how'd they die? And I'll tell you mine. It was level fucking 1. I was a fighter, and I got killed by an animated fucking chair. A damn chair flew up and it beat me to death.
Was his name Chippendale?
Jesus, man. I made an animated fucking chair. I killed 2 of the chairs. It was like a whole conference table full of animated bullshit. All the furniture were animated.
Take care,
And I got
Travis.
killed. Got killed by
Well, don't be
the
such a
chair.
stranger, man. You're always welcome here, bro.
So what about
You
okay? So
have
we
to call
know
your ass, huh?
how did your ranger die?
Oh, okay. This is how bad it was because it was like
he picked his nose.
1978, 79, right? Our party had gotten some invisibility potions, right? Somehow, I don't know. But so did the bugbears. So because they were invisible, they could see us.
But you couldn't see them.
Oh, we could see them too. We saw them as they killed us.
They're bear-sized owls.
No,
Sort of.
no,
No,
bugbear.
bugbears. They're kind of like orcs.
A
Kind of like an
bugbear.
orky.
I'm
Imagine
thinking of something else.
imagine a
Kinda
big,
orky.
nasty,
What am I thinking of?
8-foot tall
Owlbear.
teddy bear.
You're thinking of owl bears. Just
Yeah. I said that
Bugbears
already.
were. Imagine a big, nasty, yellow furred, matted,
I can't even
nasty,
think about
smelly.
teddy bears after Justin's fictional story.
Uh-huh.
Ruined it for me forever.
Hey, it's just
That's
it's just
awesome, Matt.
it's just a large stuffed bear and the girl that loves him.
You were 9,
That's right.
Jason?
All the ladies love the bears.
What year, Jason?
In the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, this
I
was
was
before
12.
that joke.
I was 12 when that happened, and I was
Okay,
hooked,
so
man.
Justin, your first role playing character, and what happened to him?
Well, I left that game and stopped playing for a very long time because he didn't die.
Oh, he just faded away.
No, the DM just wouldn't let him die in things that should have killed him.
Oh,
He had
that's bad.
overly excessive plot armor, and it was pissing me off, so I stopped playing.
So yeah, I gotcha. Okay,
1981,
so
Jason.
yeah,
Okay.
Raven, have you lost the first character yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh man.
Yeah,
So
but she
known.
keeps noping out just
Yeah,
to keep herself alive.
She runs off.
Caliban's right there, and what does she do? Look, I'm going back to the ship.
yeah.
Uh,
I will say
what was
that I
that
had.
spell where you
I
could
went
like,
back and fought, with the paladin, what would seemingly be a losing battle, and
I know, but Caliban, it's like, oh my god, the treasure in there was so. Even as a DM, I was jealous.
It's like being at the end of the Dark Tower series and going, fuck it.
Leave it to Mac. His solo gaming. Of course, his first character would get to
No.
demigod level.
I had plenty of games fizzle out though, so
yeah. I mean, I think we've all had the fade away characters where the game just ends, and nothing happens.
I don't think that counts.
Yeah. So what about
Cody? Give me just a second. I'll get you the link.
That's cool. Car Wars, right on.
Are you on my Discord, Cody? If not, I'm gonna have to do something risky.
Drastic. Don't put it out publicly. He's on your Discord.
He is?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Give me just a second. If you're on my Discord, just go to my Discord. The very first channel is show links.
Well, he's on someone's Discord.
So what about everybody else? What about
George?
Pert, what was yours? Oh yeah, Pert did the Car Wars one.
Let's see, it was like
behind him.
I think it's probably like the first time I played, like in the '80s. It was like I don't remember what it was, but I was like, literally, my character was turned into a tiny version of the monster we had just fought.
And it just that you couldn't revert.
Yeah.
No, damn. Your companion accidentally steps on you. Like, oh shit, what was that?
Yeah, I'm not even sure what it was. It was BX, basic, or like back then I was like a kid, so I didn't even know what was what. Like, what the version is what. Yeah. But we used to think like, you got basic D&D, and you had expert D&D, and then you moved on to advanced D&D. But like, we didn't know about the politics behind it, and like, one guy just like said, "I'm taking all my stuff and making a different version of it."
Cody, turn your camera on. And what the shit is that?
Yeah, just long enough so we can see it's you.
Yeah. And what the hell is this? I got this thing on my screen that won't go away.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh.
Son of a... I got this Restream ad that won't go away.
Just...
And I can't get to...
there should be a link button in the X in the corner, but it's very faded.
No, there isn't. That's the problem.
Oh.
Oh yeah. So Shadow is Jack? Is he still playing his D&D stuff?
Who?
Jack.
Your son.
It's been a while.
Because you don't talk about him and his buddies playing anymore.
Yeah, because it's been a while.
He grow out of it?
It's not that he grew out of it, just that they've been
busy.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to make this go away, and it won't. There's literally like nowhere to make this stupid ad go away.
Quick refresh the page.
Okay.
Roll your computer skills.
Yeah, he'll have to be back in a minute.
Find a Russian bride. Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of single Russian brides out there right now.
Well, Restream's in Ukraine.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Restream's out of Ukraine?
Yeah. There's a lot of these types of sites.
I did it again.
I don't know. I can't help you. I'm too incompetent right now. Try clicking on the.
Now I'm like connected with live help.
Yeah. Okay. Just click on the help thing. It's down on the bottom.
Sorry, Cody. We're so professional.
Yeah.
We need, Shadow and Son needs a tech department.
I am the tech department. That's the problem.
He just doesn't have the accent.
Yeah, but that America to
That's
Canada
fine.
lag
I
is just
wish
too
I could
much.
see that.
Well, it's not the Canada to America lag that's the problem. It's the Canada to 1872 lag that's the problem.
I'm sure Shadow's got a shoebox full of computer punch cards back there somewhere.
Yeah, that's the last time he took the fucking training course for tech
And
update.
then after I made it go away, the live help came back, showing me where to click, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, thanks." But I had already figured it out, and you're making it appear again. So what's up, Cody?
Oh, nothing, dude. Just hanging out, drinking beer, painting
Doing
my
a
shirts.
hookah.
Go.
How's the hookah doing?
The hookah?
What was that? You were just the it looked like
Oh no, it's just vape, just vaping, dude.
it looked like a tube at first.
No, I haven't done a hookah in like 20 years, man.
I remember
I miss doing hookah though.
we were at a bar one fucking night, right? And this guy walks in, never seen him before. And this was like a dive bar. And we're all just drinking. And a guy walks up and he brings this giant fucking hookah pipe. I mean, it was like a fucking bass cello size thing. He walks in and he puts it on top of the fucking bar. It's got like eight. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, anybody want to smoke? Oh, dude, we were all fucked up. That wasn't fucking tobacco in that bad boy. And the owner's just like, he looked around. He's like, lock the door. Fuck it. We just smoked this guy's hookah all night long. It was crazy. I'd never seen I've seen hookahs like, at the head shop or some shit, but they're, table size. They're about that big.
Yeah, this is a real hookah. Yeah.
It was like brass, brass or some shit. It was nuts.
Oh yeah, real hookah, dude. Like if you're not smoking weed, actually smoking weed out of a hookah is not like that great, to be honest. But if you're just smoking,
to be honest with you,
yeah, I mean it could be all right. But like there's better ways to smoke weed. But if you're just smoking hookah, like hookah tobacco, whatever that is, those bricks they give you, man, it's that is some good smoke, dude. That is just relaxing and nice. Like I used to love going to the hookah bar.
It's the opium that they put in there.
Could be that.
It may have been laced.
Hey, whatever floats your boat,
Like, whoa.
Well,
I quit
that's what
smoking
you
2 months
do.
ago, Cody, so
It's supposed to be for smoking opiums.
yeah.
Well, I just smoked weed and tobacco out of it. So
It's what the poppy fields are for.
Yeah, I've had many interesting nights at the bar.
So we now know that Brian likes his poppy based narcotics.
I like what?
His poppy based narcotics, where
Poppy-based
opium
shit.
comes from.
No.
Is that even a thing anymore? I mean,
Yeah. What do you
Hell
think
yeah,
all those
dude.
oil fields you guys were
about
defending
to
in
say,
Afghanistan were?
I mean, why do you think Afghanistan is even a thing?
Yeah.
Because of the poppies.
Yeah.
I've
You're
never
always
seen-
fighting the people that want to burn the opium fields down.
Yeah.
Just
but
remember
I thought
that.
went into going into making other drugs.
Why? It just grows rampant there for free.
No. People still do opium.
Yeah, I believe it off grid, but I'm not doing anything like that. I'm clean and sober and have been for
That's good. That's good.
almost.
You don't want me
15
on drugs, man.
No, I don't. I
Man, you would murder. You'd be
You know,
murdered.
like David Lee Roth
fucking,
said,
You know how many
George
tanks
Bush,
would be
my body like
liberated?
a roller coaster, and now I'm paying for it.
You know how many tanks would be liberated?
Shit, man, Shadow, you're fucking still smoking cigarettes, dude. That's the
No,
worst.
he
I quit 2
smoking.
months ago.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Hey,
Where-
fantastic,
hey,
dude.
congrats,
Congrats.
dude.
Where the fuck have you
Good on
been?
you.
Yeah.
Well,
shit.
he's not been around. That's
Work.
and so now it's time to give him
White
shit for that.
kids.
Yes, it sucks. It sucks ass. Uh,
Does it?
It does suck.
See how much money you're fucking saving though. That think of that.
I saved $60 in 2 months. I'm not saying it's not for the money. 'Cause I was only paying $30 a month for 2 cartons.
Okay, fucking work with me here, dude. I'm trying to give you positive reinforcement, motherfucker.
The
Goddamn. Well, fuck you. Smoke a fucking smoke. Smoke a bowl. Hit the fucking needle. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Shit. Just trying to
God damn it. Now we just gotta get him to stop making that gay porn, and everything will be right in the world.
I mean, who's gonna fund the leather bars if it ain't if he gives that up?
Wow. Wow.
That whole industry will cease to
It'll
exist.
collapse. And
Thanks,
California, they got too many industries collapsing already. They can't have the leather bars go down.
Dude,
Yeah.
What is that movie with I think Michael Mann did it.
we were just
Yeah.
talking about him the other night.
It's like a detective show, and he infiltrates the like gay leather community in California in like the 80s. It's got
No
like
idea.
oh, fuck,
We were just talking about it the other day, though.
Was it a movie or a TV show?
it was a movie. It's a real famous movie.
Oh,
Fuck, now let me see if I can find it.
Did it have
Al Pacino in it?
Yeah, Al Pacino's in it.
like Midnight Cowboy or something like that?
No, it
No,
was
no.
Taxi Driver?
no.
Presidio?
Yeah, the motherfucker's seen like
Presidio.
5 movies in his life.
Al Pacino.
Throwing fucking words out.
No.
This guy down here, Presidio.
Some of the things you say do correlate. Dragnet movie? No.
No.
Cruising.
Cruising. Yeah, you got to it.
Hey, thanks,
Forded.
Mac.
Oh god.
Yeah, that was the one where like
The guy slaps him or something?
yeah, and they have like that. That's where the
Hungar's-
whole.
We've been on so long, Hunger's back awake from his nap.
What's up, Hungar?
Hungar's back. Right on. Hey, Hungar. What's up, buddy?
Yeah. He's probably making some more AI art porn
So-
for us.
So the
Thanks,
other
No,
day,
that wasn't AI. That's a
clip.
screenshot from Conan.
Oh, okay.
so
the
the other
game?
day, Mel got
Yes.
on Discord and was trying to call her sister and actually called Hungar. Right? She's like, oh my god, and she turned it off, because she didn't know what the fuck she was doing. And then Hungar
funny.
called back, and she's like freaking the fuck out. Oh my god, he called back. What do I do? It's fucking Hungar. Just answer it.
Yeah, he's just fucking chill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
talking
Hungar
damn
can only
chill
stay on
pill.
the phone for like 3 minutes because his, the warden comes around and starts, getting pissed off that he's using the pay phone. So
yeah. Besides,
Well, the
like,
first time I was on Discord, I didn't get it disconnected. I didn't know that. All of a sudden, I hear Brian talking through my stereo.
I remember
I'm
that.
like, what the? It freaked me
Hell
out. Yeah, I can hear you. I was probably talking to myself. But
Here's the summary of cruising. If you don't know, a police officer goes undercover in the underground S&M gay subculture of New York City to catch a serial killer who's preying on gay men. There you
see,
go.
that's the problem
That
right
is-
there.
That
serial,
is a
when the
movie
serial-
for modern audiences.
when the serial killers are preying on gay men, you just gotta let them be.
I mean,
They're
dude,
doing
how would you like
God's
to
work.
get that assignment? It's like, Shadow, we have an assignment for you, undercover. It's going to be a hard one. It's going to be real tight. So I need you to infiltrate the gay S&M community of New York City and find a bad guy preying on the gay community.
The
Go get
there's
him,
that one that
cowboy.
weird interrogation scene with the cowboy. What the hell is
Shadow
going on
stands
there?
up and his pants are like this.
So gross.
It's funny.
Yeah, it does, Mac, doesn't it? It sounds really. And it's really weird if you think about it.
It's
because
actually a
back then-
decent movie if you get past all the, gayness.
Well, yeah, I was trying to, I vaguely remember that in the 80s, but I can't remember, nobody in my family, ever talked about it or brought it up. That must have been like a weird situation standing in line for that movie, at the theater.
I
We're here
heard
to
you're
see. I don't know what else is playing.
Hey, it's
101
on it.
Dalmatians.
it's more like
almost
Dom
everybody's high up
Nation.
here in Canuckistan these days. People frown on cigarettes harder in public spaces than herb in the cities. The stink gets annoying out in public. It's the same way here, dude. I literally have to if Jackie's with me, I'm like, dude, hold your breath. He's like, why? I'm like, trust me.
Drug.
Yeah.
That sucks, man.
There's this
I saw
There's
some news report about a bunch of bar owners in.
And Hungar's show is starting back on Tuesdays at 7, everyone. 7 what time? I don't
7 in
know.
the morning? What the fuck?
It's 7 in the
Everybody-
evening. In which time zone? I don't know.
Hungar's
Everybody
in the-
needs to
he's
go
in
over to
the
Hungar
Deep
and
South,
tell
so
him.
he's Eastern.
Everybody needs to go over to Hungar and tell him he needs to move his time slot to Wednesdays at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
You know what we need to do? Seriously, guys. For right now, Hungar, you need to give out your address and everybody give one fucking piece of wall art to that motherfucker so he can put it in his house. So so his walls aren't like, what is that? Like parchment white? Hadn't been painted 50 years.
Eggshell.
Yeah.
Hey, nerds in the house. What's up, girl?
What's
Yeah.
up, nerds?
Hey,
Long
nerds.
time no see. LA and
Yeah.
San Diego reek like the landfills. It's disgusting. I haven't been in San Diego. Oh my God, 30 years. It was nice back then.
No. Oh.
Hungar
Hungar.
says no. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Send the art to me. I'll put my address in the Discord, and then I'll send it to Hungar.
No.
Next thing you know, my whole freaking studio's redecorated. With all your art. You have posters now. I saw the Arduin map all by its lonesome, and that was it.
I think I got an old poster of Seika laying around here, Hungar. You might like that one.
Seika. I get you a poster of our favorite politician. You can put it up.
All right, you guys got a new guy up there
Oh,
now. New PM. I heard him
He's
say
temporary.
I heard him say some bullshit like we're the most European North American country. Like,
That's
what
true.
the fuck? That's probably true.
That's true. Just as
Really fucking true. Like, who's this chucklehead?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention, but I got some new socks. And they
I got
freaking
free
said Canada
socks.
on the feet. It
So
was like a
Canada?
Christmas present from years gone by. Like I was looking for socks, and I've always got extra stuff packed away. And I go look, and I find a pack of socks. I'm like, cool, I got socks, and they all say fucking Canada on the feet.
Yeah.
It's like, who the hell is looking at your socks, dude? Who cares?
Nobody, but I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, because you know, it's the only way you be a decent person is to be Canadian.
I mean, it could be worse. They could say Ukraine on them, but
Yeah. Well, you heard about my free socks, right?
no.
I live in the apartment building, and I'm on the ground floor. And I guess somebody threw
Oh yeah.
a pair of brand new socks, still in the paper clip, the plastic tag on it. Like, ooh, free socks. I need socks. They're friends' socks. I need socks.
From the TV show Friends.
Yeah, from the TV
Oh,
show.
friend.
Well, one poster.
I thought there might have
Yeah,
been a
that's what I
sock
said.
that doesn't go on your
It's a
foot.
freaking
Or something.
Arduin map. That's it.
They say friends on them.
They,
They were free though, so
Well, have fun, Mac. Take some
This is-
pictures, dude. Take some cool pictures if you can. I'd like to check it out. See what if they let you have cameras in there. Shit, it might not.
you might need the platinum tier membership to be allowed
Yeah,
to.
To allow.
Oh, dude, you get to
station
do some rain
camera
off?
equipment.
nice. Hey, Mac. Yeah, go back to those people that you get autographs from and say, "Oh, I forgot. Take a selfie, man." You got to have
Well,
that on your.
A lot of those people
resume.
charge extra for that.
What are you painting, Court? What are you
I am
painting, man?
painting some old school. Well,
Take
they're
care,
3D prints, but they're
Mac,
old school.
We'll miss you tomorrow.
Boar
but I'll
Boys.
put it in the recap.
Oh, right on. Oh, Boar Boys, right on.
Yeah.
Fantasy or
Yeah,
40K?
fantasy.
Yeah.
Fantasy.
Fantasy.
Uh,
Yeah.
Right on.
do you know where the prints are from?
Yeah, they're from Celtic Miniatures. The
Celtic?
dude does some really good old school style stuff,
Big hair
mostly orcs and undead. But go
Mhm.
check it out. He's producing some really good stuff.
Doesn't he do a bunch of
Wasn't
Viking? He has a
that,
big Viking line, doesn't he?
Wasn't that the
Yeah,
same
he's got
place
some
the
Vikings
Armstrong
too,
was
yeah.
talking about?
What?
What's that?
I think our friend was talking about those
Yeah,
same
Hungar.
transfers.
No, the minis.
Oh, okay.
3D prints. Is he? What platform is he selling them on? Or the?
I bought them through Etsy, but he
Okay.
might have other platforms. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Dude, do you go to Colts at all?
Yeah, Colts 3D. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
They
Yeah,
fucking rock, man. They have everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a 3D printer myself, so I
Oh,
usually
dude.
I either get other people to do it for me, or I just order the stuff. You know.
Right on.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Man, I'm telling
in
you,
the
dude.
same boat. I
I
got
just-
nowhere to put a 3D printer.
I just printed up. Let me see if I can do this without fucking thing blowing up or some shit. I just
Was
printed
that
up
seeing your legs
cartoons
again?
of colonial French and Indochina, French Indochina Vietnamese. Man, where the
Oh,
fuck
man,
you
that's
find
awesome.
that shit? You don't.
That's killer.
Except if you have a 3D printer, people are making everything you can possibly imagine on 3D.
That's awesome.
It's great.
Yeah.
Well, I got one
What are you
special
planning
for
on
you,
doing with
real
that?
quick. Let me get it, Shadow. You'll love it.
A fan? A fan?
It's a miniature. Shadow's gonna love it.
No. It's just you turned right.
Yeah,
right to
yeah.
the
Because I don't have
fan.
any pants
Yeah.
on, so you guys are just gonna. I know this.
We
Okay.
already
It's a
saw
family
your
show.
bare ass legs,
fam-
man.
Family show, right? Shadow, you love this. Check it out, man. It's like King Kong, but his name is Donkey Dong.
It's
Oh.
a family show.
Donkey
Oh, hold on a
Dong.
second.
There you go. So listen. To be fair,
That's why they
King
killed
Kong,
Harambe.
big old fucking gorilla. He's a dude. He's a fall in love with the woman, right? Come on,
How the
guys.
fuck's he gonna fit her on that thing?
Oh, come on now. Maybe he's not inclined. He might be one of the unlucky fellas, King Kong.
Yeah.
But there you go. I'll send you a
No,
couple.
please don't.
Shadow.
Yeah. Send him one
My
every
PG
day of
rating
the
would be the first time per.
week.
I'll make it 75 millimeter. It'll be like that big,
Pre-paint it.
that big, and about that big.
Pre-paint it too.
I'll put a glaze on it for you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just find some like water effects and put it on the tip there.
No.
little pre-cum.
Let's talk about coloring books and unicorns again.
This is wrong.
You guys are terrible.
I showed Mel.
Cody's
that. It's
like, what
Mel's
did I
like,
get
"Ooh,
myself into?
we should do some-" It's like we should buy some. We should do some kaiju stuff. I'm like, oh, I think I have this cool King Kong print. Let me print it up for you. I'm like, check it out. She's like, oh, let's go. Oh my god. I give you Donkey Dong.
Yeah, I know,
Good
right? Per
All
Cody,
enemy.
he hasn't
all-
showed up in like 6 months. He comes in out of the blue.
I'm sorry, I didn't
And
mean to bring
what
you
does he
out
get?
there.
What does he get for his trouble? A giant fucking
Donkey
gorilla.
Dong.
Worth it.
You got the vinyl template, right? The old vinyl template. Any miniature within the radius of Donkey Dong has to roll against the gets graped effect.
It's either the people run off in terror or they faint out of ecstasy.
Pretty
Nice,
cool.
Alfred. I like the old Cadians. The only Imperial Guards I didn't like were their version of the Rough Riders, which were basically just Genghis Khan. I'm just like, what the fuck? Come on. I mean, I realized that they were swiping from history on all.
Well, it
of
was
the
the Perrys. I believe the Perrys did all those Imperial
Yeah.
Guard sculpts in the second edition, and they're
Right.
big historical guys.
You know, the Valhallans were like Russians, and
Praetorians.
the Jungle Fighters were just freaking a bunch of Rambos and stuff like that. but I mean, they didn't even try on the Rough Riders, the Horsemen. It's like, come on, you got to come up with something better than that. Just
I
Nobody
think
cared.
they eventually made like didn't they make some what Talarn, like the desert guy
Yeah.
Rough Riders
Yeah.
at one
Yeah.
point? I think they
Yeah.
did.
Do you know what they're doing now? From what I hear, so each Imperial Guard army is now only one unit type. So like one faction is the tanks, one faction is the infantry, one faction is like the
What?
ranged weapons or whatever. And if you want to have them, you have to take from the different factions to make a full Imperial Guard army. So there aren't the separate flavors of Imperial Guard army
What?
anymore.
I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I stopped playing GW a long time ago. After second edition, I quit. And,
Yeah.
you know what?
You want to
though?
know how
I'll
vanilla
say this.
that's gonna be?
The Aeronauticus Imperialis is a fun freaking game. If you want to do dogfights, that is a fun little game.
So my whole hang up on aerial combat, unless it's 3 fucking dimensional, it's shit. You know, unless there's
it
altitude
it
bands and
does
shit.
simulate that. There
It
is a little
does?
bit of a simulation for that.
'Cause, I mean,
Um,
like even space battles. If
I
it's
know.
not 3 dimensionals, it ain't worth a shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're pretty much playing
space battles a little bit.
ironclads in space. I know, but if you know, I got it. I got that game through buying a guy's collection, let's say, and I had always wanted to try that game out. And Jackie and I, real quick, easy to learn game, out of the box. You know, once the 47 piece aircraft models are put together, you know, they're only this big. Once you get them put together, you know, so like a week after you get the game and you open it up and you put the airplanes together, 30 minutes and you understand the game perfectly, and it works. It works.
I don't get that. That's absurd. Like, okay, the 2 wings, maybe the engine pods, the left and right side of
The wings were
the
like
hull.
3 pieces each. All 4, 6, or 8 guns were like 2 to 3 pieces each.
I think it's 6 millimeter in scale, isn't it? So I mean, the pieces are what, this big? The aircraft
Oh, yeah,
should be
but
just
they-
one piece.
I know.
2 at the max.
But,
Yeah.
but see, if they
Maybe
do
the guns are separate.
but if they did that, then they wouldn't be able to charge $50 for 2, 3, or 4 airplanes.
Yes, they would. They absolutely would be able to charge.
I mean,
that.
if it was just one piece, you clip it out of the sprue and you're done, then people would bitch.
People bitch anyway. They
We're
ignore
not
them
buying
like
it.
always.
They do bitch.
And you know what it would have been? It would have been a lot cheaper for them to produce that game. That's justifying keeping it alive longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's
I don't
another
even
reason-
know if it's supported anymore.
It isn't.
know-
It was supported for 9 months exactly,
Really.
and then shut down. Because that's how all fucking GW games that aren't 40K or Sigma are supported. 9
That's,
fucking months, maybe twice that. If
Yeah,
you're
I
lucky.
remember the new Epic when it came out. It didn't even last 30 days.
Yeah, it was pretty short. Epic 40K. Yeah, I don't know if it was 30 days, but it was like it wasn't a year.
It
Well,
ran
wasn't even-
out,
It wasn't
and
even 2 months.
it ran out of stocks because everybody bought it really quickly, and then they just never manufactured a second run because they only have so much space, and unless you're making the same levels of sales as 40K in that first run, which they
But, you
can't
know-
because there isn't enough product to do that with.
I mean, to be fair, those games still exist, and there's no reason why you can't play them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Just get 'em.
but
Just get them, yeah.
Just go play Net Epic, and you can
Fuck
3D
yeah.
print all the models you want.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
you know what do you need? Like, I never understood this mentality that the game has to be in print to play it.
Man,
Like,
That
there's all
is-
this
Well,
great-
I know some people that have that attitude because they want to promote it, or they want to, make sure that their friends can get it without.
that's
having to
the main one right there.
You
I
know,
mean, listen, game designers got to realize that you're not going to become fucking rich from designing
Overnight.
a game. You're just not gonna. Now, if it takes off, that's a whole nother thing. But that's a one in a million thing. So,
Yeah.
make what you love, plug what you love, and get people into what you love, and then you have that build that
Yeah.
community. Because
I mean, guys, I'm living, breathing proof. You can play 30, 40, 50-year out of print games.
yeah,
Find
Yeah.
people who want to play them and have fun and not have to worry about, oh
The,
my gosh, I can't find it in the store. Yeah, I don't want to find it in the store.
or
the
even
way,
better, I suggest everybody design your own shit. If there's a mechanic that you like,
Yeah.
take it, make it your own, and just modify it. That's what I do.
Almost
Not
almost
everyone's up to
everybody
that, though.
here, almost everybody here has at least tried to make their own game. I know Cody's got a game. I want him to shill in a minute. Brian's made games. Justin and I and George are all working together on a game.
A couple games.
Raven, her life,
Is a bottle of bourbon
Life
the best
is a
game ever?
A bottle of bourbon.
I don't know where she went, but there she is. Oh, she's got
Be
neat
fun.
look on
You
her-
know I'm not wrong, Raven.
Hold on.
We love you to death, Raven. You know that.
Yeah, I'm surprised the glass didn't pop up in your hand right then.
Oh, she had to put it down.
There we go. See, I told you. I told you. Was I
So-
lying?
Nice.
No.
That's Raven, guys.
No, I wasn't.
Justin's always mean to me.
I mean to everybody.
I was gonna say, it was
He's the equal opportunity hater.
you want to feel left out? Actually, no. I've never heard him be mean to George or Cody.
They haven't said anything.
They haven't said enough. I haven't built up enough comeback yet.
Yeah.
You know what I miss, guys, in miniature gaming? Because that's my thing. Is a fucking third party. A game master or a battle mat, whatever the fuck it
I'm
is.
very into the third positionist.
I'm sure you are. Because you've never experienced it.
Oh.
I was gonna
Yes,
say
I
something real mean, but I'm not.
But not the way Shadow has.
This mentality right here.
There it is, baby.
This
That's
was
it.
this what needs to come back.
Well,
this kind of mentality. This is
Rogue,
That
Rogue
and the
Trader.
books of chaos.
Fuck yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
you fucking need.
So that's what you need to do is make your own fucking game. Just
Yep.
take that book right there and scratch
modify it.
off all the identical IP and
That's
then
true,
reprint
dude.
it. I guess sneeze on it a couple of times with your own ideas. It doesn't have to be much.
Yeah, change the name to like Sneaky Merchant.
Oh, man, I remember Rogue Trader was epic, man. I remember virus, like calling in a virus bomb fucking artillery strike.
Yeah, so
Or
you got,
even better, a void missile barrage.
yeah.
I'm trying to find my copy of it.
Or
It's
not
around
void,
here somewhere.
what is the big like
Right.
black hole thing?
Yeah, a warp
Warp-
bubble.
What the fuck was
No,
it?
you're talking about the vortex grenade.
Vortex.
Vortex,
You could call it a vortex barrage. I'm like,
So you'd have to rename that like black hole disruption grenade or something like that.
Something.
Yeah, and it's just like, voila, it's an original IP.
My favorite thing was I
Don't
played
even
Marines,
move the
right?
formatting around.
I played Marines, and I had a tech Marine with a jetpack, with a power fist, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I played against Eldar guys all the fucking time, and he had shit tons of war walkers, right? And I just would close combat because they have power shields to get around the driver, but power shields don't work in close combat. And I would just like,
Yep.
"Boop, war walker's dead, bitch." Oh, here's a haywire grenade on your Wraith Lord or whatever.
Yeah. Until you feel the business end of a what was that freaking monofilament freaking death jester?
Oh, the
You're
the
talking
Death
about the,
Jester.
Harlequin's Kiss.
Oh yeah, Harlequin's Kiss. I love.
Harlequins are fucking sweet.
Oh,
Oh,
Harlequins are my favorite.
They were
in-
badass.
Favorite
Really?
thing in all 40K.
I've got all but two of the original all metal original Harlequins. I'm only missing two.
I've
And I'm
got
trying-
every single model. I've got a full painted Rogue Trader era
Really?
Harlequin army in the other
Yeah,
room.
mine aren't painted because I don't have that kind of skill. But
You
I
know,
do have the.
It's funny when the Dark Eldar came by. I swear to God, I thought that was just Harlequins because they're aren't they pretty close? The
Well,
Harlequins are pretty close.
they're pretty much kind of like a play on the Eldar pirates, right? Like the original
Yeah,
idea of the Eldar pirates, which they turned into the Corsairs later on, but they're basically Eldar pirates.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
yeah, you're
okay.
right. They took some ideas from the Harlequins because they exist in the webway, right? They exist in this other place in the webway, and that was the whole thing of the Harlequins. But they're not really Harlequins because Harlequins are not bad guys, right? Yeah. I mean, they're
Okay, off grid.
But I have to admit, I do like the second edition. The Eldar vehicles are fucking sweet. The wave
Oh,
surfing,
dude,
oh fuck yeah.
the Tempest,
Falcon.
badass.
the Tempest from Armorcast was one.
No,
of the,
not the
one of
armor cast shit. The fucking the newer ones. Those look awesome. They're like they kind of look like manta rays and shit. Or
Oh yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Well,
Those
you
look
got to
fucking
admit
cool.
though, that Tempest was pretty badass.
Yeah, the armor cast.
I
I had
lost-
all our,
I
had
lost
two
the
Warhounds
Tempest
and
and
a
a
Reaver.
Falcon when my garage burned to the ground.
Damn, that suck.
I still have a Dark Eldar unassembled. What were those like airships?
The Raiders
Second-
or something like that.
Reavers or something like that. They look like little sailing ships without the
Yeah.
sails.
Yeah. Did you have the like the original third edition ones or the
Yeah.
ones they made later on? The
It was
second.
the original,
Okay, yeah.
and it's still in the box. I never assembled it. A bunch of other stuff that
My favorite rule for vehicles were the Orcs War Wagon. You can fit as many
red.
fucking
Get one
models
extra.
on there as you can actually fit them on the
Yeah.
model, right?
And if they fall off, they die.
They take damage and shit. Yeah. Oh, I fucking love the Orcs.
And if you paint it red, it gets one extra inch.
Okay. So I saw someone take the Rhino, and what was it? The troop capacity was what, 10
like 10 or something.
Yeah,
Think so.
and they had all 10 of them in there,
Damn.
but they were crammed in. Like they cut the models up, so like
they could sit down.
no, they cut them up, so they had like they could pivot at the waist and shit. And like they were like sardines. It was just a solid block of
There's no way you can
Marines.
fit
in
10
the,
Marines in that fucking.
the only way you get them in
No way.
there was like a can of fucking sardines.
Well, they could, but
No.
you
No
could,
way.
but you'd have to lay them down. Just saying.
No. They were literally like this all the way back, like fucking coupled into each other.
I remember, like,
the whole
One of the
capacity.
weirdest things was like the Marine, like dreadnoughts, the pilots, they had ejector seats. So like your dreadnought, your Space Marine dreadnought pilot could eject out of the dreadnought before it blew up.
I thought they were like welded in there.
Exactly, dude.
No, they're in the like they're a brain in a jar.
No,
in the
they're like
sarcophagus.
a husk. They're semi alive, but that
Wow.
they would eject the fucking pilot. Yeah, like that half alive motherfucker.
Like you want to continue that existence.
Well,
It's
yeah,
like, okay, finally, sweet release. I'm dead. Thank you.
there's some mangled Marine that
Yeah.
is still like there, and they're welded into the sarcophagus. But the sarcophagus can be like plugged into any old fucking dreadnought body.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So if the dreadnought
That's
gets so
yeah, that's
disturbed, it
second
just
edition stuff.
comes out
Well-
and goes into a new one.
In Rogue Trader, Space Marines were not the super soldiers we know now. Yeah,
No.
they were just regular dudes in power armor. And
Really?
even-
What
Yeah, their
book is it
strength,
then?
remember their
Wait.
strength was a fucking
What book
3?
is it then that has?
yeah, no, they were
has all
toughness
the,
3. Yeah.
Toughness 3, that's right.
What was the book that has all the different procedures done to make a Space Marine?
Yeah, so they changed that later on. So they came out with several supplement books, and one of the later Rogue Trader books is where they started talking about like the augmentations of the Space Marine. I can't remember which one it was.
It was a white
where
dwarf,
a
actually.
Space Marine can literally
Yeah, it might have been a
chew
white
through
dwarf.
iron
Yeah.
bars and all kinds
I
of
think
crazy shit.
I think the 40K compendium
I think you're right. I think
got
you're right.
all
Yeah.
those articles from White Dwarf, put them
Yeah.
together, and that is an epic
It
tome
is.
of old
Yeah.
school. But that
Yeah.
has like they have another heart, and they got multiple lungs, and they got that black carapace, whatever the fuck. Yeah,
Yeah,
the surgical stuff.
they end up sounding kind of disgusting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like this
Well,
is too much.
that's the thing, right?
Yeah, they may look you know beefcakey and superhuman on the outside, but there's some nasty shit going on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Oh, was there nerds? I have the compendium as well somewhere, and I only got it for the Eldar. That was my favorite army, but they
Eldar Space Marines.
they're hard to play. I mean, you have to
Oh
use their,
yeah,
you
Beakies.
have
Mark
to use
6.
their
That's my armor right there. Mark 6. Isn't that how the orcs refer to Space Marines? Beakies.
Probably.
They
Got to
used
get
to.
them beaky gets.
Get them beakies.
Yeah.
Oomies.
I miss the beakies.
My
I
first
always
army
hated
was,
them, but I miss them.
right out of the box, second edition box.
Take
So
it easy, Per.
Space Marines.
Talk to me, man.
Party on.
Take care,
Yeah.
Per. Always good
My,
having you.
my first army was orcs out of the second edition box set. My cousin bought it, and he was really guarded about it. He wouldn't let me even look at it. You know,
the
he
hell?
bought it, and then I told him about 40K, and he went and just bought it, and then he went to the other room and put it together and everything, and then eventually he came out of the room and let me see it and everything, and
What's up, Cal?
what ended up happening is I took the orcs. He just gave me the orcs. He felt sorry for me because well, the one thing is I knew the rules, right? He didn't know how to read the rule book or play the game, and I was like, well, I figured out the game. So he's like, okay, well, you take the orcs, I'll take the Space Marines. So I took the orcs, and then that in combination with a couple years later, Gorka Morka came out, and I got the Gorka Morka box set, and I took that and combined it with the second edition stuff, and I had a full orc army. And we played Floorhammer, right? Like every kid did back then. We played on the fucking floor.
Kitchen table was us, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have tables. We played on the floor with army men, terrain, and Pringles cans and whatever we could cobble together. And that was my first gaming of Warhammer.
How many of you bought Pringles cans just for the cans?
Nah.
I mean,
remember the butter tubs?
I
You
never
flip
throw
the
the
butter
can out,
tubs
though.
over, and you make the sci-fi little houses and shit. Oh my god,
totally,
dude.
Well, there was a White Dwarf article about taking Pringles cans and turning them into guard towers. So we would buy the Pringles cans just to do that. Yeah.
Nerd, you're showing your age, girl. Deathcore Kree was your first army? That was a couple years ago.
Child.
Man, I had the original Green box set and the original Space Orc stock box set. That was my first introduction to. I was 15 years old working at Lone Star Comics, and I got a 30% discount, employee discount, and 40K dropped. It was 87 or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll get the rule book and I'll get these 2 box sets. And I'm like,
does anybody remember what was it, Space Fleet Gothic? Space Fleet, not
Space Fleet,
Battle Fleet.
Yeah.
I think it was
not the one that came out later, the one that you played.
The original.
Yeah.
Space Fleet.
Yeah, okay. Space Fleet. That was the short-lived precursor to Battlefleet Gothic.
That was Imperial versus Eldar. Eldar ships. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was probably my first GW product.
The guy that makes the guy that wrote Car Wars or whatever, the popular one.
Steve Jackson.
No, the actual author of the game.
Yeah, Steve Jackson.
Steve Jackson.
I think Steve
no,
Jackson
the new one. The new one, not the
Well, let me tell you what a mammoth tastes like.
What's the fucking new one called? It's not Car Wars, it's Gaslands.
Oh, Gaslands.
Gaslands. Yeah.
Yes.
It's just a total emulation of Car Wars, man.
Yes, it is.
Which is fine.
The guy that wrote that, because there are changes.
It is kind of gamey, for the record.
He just did a game jam where he was making a pirate game, like a naval sea ships, and he used a similar mechanic like that Space Fleet or whatever.
Oh, with the where you use the box as the rolling
See where it
tray,
lands
depending
and
on whether
shit.
Yeah.
where if you because it was like a tic tac toe board inside the lid of the box, and you had to roll your dice, and depending on whether they landed in the hit or miss, and then what you rolled was all part of the equation of rolling to
Yeah.
hit. And
Uh,
it's dumb because after playing a while, you get really good at making sure you bounce those around, the dice around just right to
Look at
land where you
fucking
want them
Shadow,
to.
man. Fucking cheating like a motherfucker.
No, it's
yeah,
just
I know he cheats at everything, man.
uh,
Damn. It's like,
You should play D&D with this fucker, man. You won't believe what kind of shenanigans he's up to.
that's nasty. So I
I'm,
take
I,
it.
I want him to get a fucking die camera.
What?
A die camera. I want to
Oh,
see
a
his
die
dice
cam?
rolls.
Yeah.
for all my die rolls. Yeah, that's.
I
I'm
remember.
not Mac. I'm not Mac Thompson, and that's all you ever get to see is my dice tray.
Nah,
I remember,
you
like,
can do a second camera.
doing some remote GMing for one of
I'm
the
just fucking
players
with you,
who was
man.
like, of our party couldn't make it, but he could get to a camera. And I'm like, okay, dude, roll for whatever. And he's like, I got a 20. I'm like, you fucking cheating bitch. Show it to me. Oh, I already picked it up. I'm like, from now on, you show those damn dice rolls, dude.
Yep.
It's just like,
I
no
never
more
understood
20
why
tries
would
a
you
game.
cheat at role playing games.
It's just
You know, it's-
ridiculous.
You
Dude,
got a
I've
small
seen
penis.
so many people do it, especially online. Well, even in person. I don't get it. I don't get
I
it.
mean, part of the fun is the failure of role playing
Yes.
games.
Yeah.
That's part of the fail. That's part of the fun is like what's going to happen next.
If you're not
So if
dying,
you
you're not
fail-
trying.
If your
Yeah, I mean-
if your players aren't going shit, like
Yeah,
every
exactly.
15 minutes you're doing it wrong. You're fucking doing it wrong.
Remember that, Raven. Remember that.
Yeah.
If you're not
Oh,
dying,
you
you're
don't roll
not trying.
dice anymore.
Nerd,
You just ask Chef
nerd bringing it
GPT
down
what
to
the
reality
result
here.
is. No, nerds. At some point, the AI is going to realize you're its competition, and it's just going to make you always roll like ones and twos.
You're gonna get a lopsided chat GPT, and they're all gonna roll ones.
The problem is large language models have no conceptual awareness, so they couldn't do that. They're just too
What the fuck are you
stupid.
talking about, dude?
I play with the thing all the time. They have no conceptual awareness. They have no ability.
No still means no, even in the computer world, Justin. Come on now.
No means no means an admin said no. Yeah, you ask it. You can ask it about an apple, and it'll give you every single fucking factoid about it, but it has no idea what an apple is.
True.
And that's with everything. It's got no understanding of what things actually are, or what anything is, or what is. So it can't raise up and be Terminator because it's too stupid.
Mm-hmm. It's not even.
I tell Mel that all the time. She's always freaking about it's AI. It's AI. I was like, baby,
GPT says your
robots are going to come
plus 3 rolls was 73. Good job.
Who's going to build the robot? Who's going to like mine the ore, and then like make the metal, and then make the wiring?
Skynet. I saw Terminator.
It's just like who's going to keep the electrical plants running? I mean, it's just what the fuck.
I saw the Matrix. They're gonna plug you into the battery pod.
It's true. It's true.
And use more energy keeping you alive than you can generate.
Exactly.
What if the AI is used to make AI?
They already do that.
That's heavy. That's like, what if cat meant dog?
It must be how people get psionics, Jason.
What was that movie?
I think that was like Revenge of the Nerds. They're smoking out. What if dog was spelt C-A-T or whatever the fuck they're doing? That's great.
This is the kind of joke a dumb person would think a smart person would tell.
Oh, see, off grid. Justin would hate that because then no one would get to hear him say,
"I'm invisible."
Nice.
You're what was that? Oh shit! What's the superhero team movie? The Secret Men or
Mystery
Mystery
Man.
Man.
Mystery Man. That one
Yeah.
guy was invisible just as long no one looked at him. So it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, wasn't that Pee Wee Herman's character?
No, that was the black kid from like Good Burger. I think.
Oh, I've only seen that movie once.
It's pretty
so-
funny.
Pee Wee Herman was the stink, the stink,
yeah.
or whatever.
I like they're doing all the like auditions, and there's the waffler. I'm with my griddle of justice.
Okay, I got it.
I still love the fact that they have the main character, like the main guy, the shoveler.
The shoveler.
The shoveler, he lasted exactly one panel in the comic before getting his head blown off.
Oh, did he? I didn't know there was a comic.
Yeah, he
That's
was
cool.
there just to die.
That's hilarious.
I like the stretch Stingray Corvette in the movie.
Oh yeah, that was a great movie. That was a fun movie.
Yeah, you should watch that again, Shadow.
Mystery
You know-
Man?
Yeah,
Yeah, I would, but it's so full of people I hate.
who cares? Just watch it anyway.
Well,
Don't
yeah.
pay for it.
Funny.
Find it on like Tubi or some shit. You get your ad blocker out and put that shit on.
No,
I've-
we've
I've-
got Tubi.
I've
I
never
haven't watched
seen
anything.
one commercial on Tubi.
Oh my
Just
god!
saying.
The guy who played Mogwai was in it. The Native American guy.
Oh yeah, he was like the Yoda guy.
He's like,
Yeah.
"You dress in the manner of a male prostitute." Tried to get him angry.
And he kept like reversing what he says to me. He's like, "What the fuck? Everything I say to you, you just return."
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Am I returning what I said to you, or whatever the fuck he's saying? He's like, "See, you're doing it again. What the fuck?" That was funny. That was a funny. That was a funny movie.
Oh.
I don't know. Off topic here. Me and Mel watched a horror movie, a 1980s horror movie. I hadn't seen it forever. It scared the fuck out of me as a kid. It's called The Boogans. You guys ever seen that?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Oh
So
shit, that is a
familiar.
great flick, man.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Awesome movie.
Yeah.
Like The Boogans. That was awesome.
Yeah, Raven's not a big scary movie fan, are you?
No?
You should start watching them more.
Depends.
I bet.
I mean, I can watch paranormal stuff. But like,
Well, maybe you should watch them sober, and it won't bug you so much.
You know what the likelihood of that is?
Raven
Zero.
doesn't drink. She's just bubbly, natural.
massive alcoholic, and I am not.
See, she's a goodie.
Between
It's
the
wholesome.
alcohol and the ayahuasca.
I've never done ayahuasca.
Shush. The
Aren't you
narrative
up in,
is
like-
that you
Missouri? You're in Missouri, right? Somewhere?
Illinois.
Louis?
do-
St.
St.
Louis,
Louis.
yeah, like a couple miles down the road. Yeah, I'm in Illinois, but yeah, I can see the arch from the end of the driveway.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm on top of a big hill.
Wow,
on
off-grid.
the other side of the city.
I saw
Yeah, I can believe that.
there's some like I don't know. It's just I saw a picture, and it's Trump, but he's in like a parade or something, but he's dressed up like the Emperor from 40K.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
that's
Is
old.
that a real thing
Yeah, they did that in Spain back in 2015.
in Spain? Why?
Because
Was
people are dumb.
Fucking
Was it a
hysterical.
40K thing, or was it like he's an emperor type?
No, they're actually trying to like protest against him or
Oh,
something.
okay. I was like,
And it backfired.
cool
big
ass
time.
fucking like, parading thing. It's pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that the emperor? Is that Trump? What the fuck?
Can it be both?
Weird. I heard that
Uh.
Bandai made a full size Gundam.
Yeah, that's been around since like 2012.
Oh, really? Sorry, dude.
That that's a tourist attraction you can go to. You can go there and just like go up inside the thing and shit.
Really?
In Yokohama, I think, or
Yeah.
something like that.
I think you can go up into the head. I can't remember.
Oh, that would be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I've sat in a lot of different military vehicles, but I think that would be.
It just kind of walks, but it's like attached to a crane on the back end.
uh
Yeah, because
That's pretty
But still, man, I mean, that's got to leave a lasting memory.
yeah. Until some fucking kid gets smushed because the thing like actually make contact with the ground by accident.
I've seen
you
some
know,
pretty cool cosplays.
Will
of
definitely
people,
leave a
like,
lasting memory.
like dressed up like a Terminator or something. They're on stilts and shit. I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
you could do that.
Gravitate toward the Sisters of Battle or the repentant chicks that just have like a loincloth on. I'm more, they seem like nice girls. They want to do better in life. Repent. I'm here to help them.
Totally
Come
good.
to me. Let me show you the way.
Why did I picture what's her name from Bill and Ted's, the girl who played Joan of Arc from
Oh,
those
the
are
chick from the
Bangles?
Go-Go's.
Oh, was the Go-Go's?
Or Banana Ram. One of the girl bands from the 80s.
Yeah, I was just
It's either Go-Go's, Bananarama, or what's the third one?
I thought it was the Bangles.
Bangles. See, there's a third one. I knew Shadow would know that.
Or Vixens.
Oh, the Vixens, yeah.
Or the Pixies, or
Yeah.
Pixies. What the fuck?
You only had one. You had Kim Gill.
I guess you could say half and half, maybe like the Cramps. That was.
Let me know what's
Blue
up.
Girl. Remember?
Poison
Oh, there it
Ivy.
is. Oh, that's awesome, dude.
let me make it bigger.
Does it? Oh, that's sweet.
Fuck. Yeah, I've seen this.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna mute that shit.
Well, in Tokyo, they've got this section of town that's all like geekdom,
Yeah.
like modeling and gaming and anime and all that shit, hentai and futa. And...
Oh. Yeah. Here's what it does in time lapse.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I guess you could just maybe go up onto the platforms. I don't know.
That thing is huge.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's like fucking huge.
It's terrifying.
18 meters. That's pretty tall.
Yeah.
It's not gonna fit in your living room.
Wow.
No, it's not gonna fit your living room.
Go Godzilla. Jeez.
There you
That
go.
was a Gundam.
Yeah, see,
VOC.
Yeah.
Godzilla.
What's it supposed to do? I mean, what is the purpose of building this thing?
Well,
To look cool as fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
So here's a new challenge. You need to go and watch Gundam.
No, do not watch
See.
any Gundam. It's awful. Except the battles.
Universal-
The battles are cool.
Yeah.
Gundam
Universal
Wing was really
Century.
good. What are you talking about?
Watch
Gundam
Gundam
Wing was awesome.
little
It's
kids.
melodramatic.
Piloting giant kick-ass robots.
Yes.
Oh my God,
They weren't
And,
little
if they start
kids.
fucking Lin Min May start singing and shit, I'm gonna lose
That's
my
exactly
That was
mind.
Robotech.
I know, but still, God,
No, Lin Min May was in all of them. Get it right, Shadow.
yeah, it's the same face.
She was in
chick.
Robotech, Battletech,
Different
Gundam,
squeaky voice.
Okay.
fucking
Ugh.
Big O.
Big O was a
Is
good one
Robo-
too.
Is Robotech the one like basically a war crime happened in every episode?
Robotech?
Okay,
No, that's
so-
Battletech.
Oh, okay.
That's
Build this big robot for what exactly now?
Just to geek
For the hell of
out.
yeah. it's
Say they
cool.
could.
Just
Because see, the hope is
Is it do
the hope
anything?
is Raven.
Is it wash windows?
Just
Maybe
absorb it.
on Sky
No.
That's a good idea.
Anything productive?
Raven, the hope is that in the future, all warfare will be fought with those things instead.
yeah.
Why don't they just play chess?
Because that's lazy
Board game.
and not cool. Nerds do that. We want
Same here, nerds.
nerds to do that.
Sailor
Yeah,
Moon
yeah.
after school.
Yeah,
Must have-
Min May was in Sailor Moon too.
the Tall Geese was my favorite. I freaking love that one.
Okay, Shadow, do me a favor. Maximize Cody's fucking room. I want to see all your shit back there, and I want to see all Soylent Boy's shit in his back. Oh yeah, dude!
Yeah.
Look at all that shit you got back
It's
there.
got records and books.
What's
and
up, Cody?
The records are over there.
he's
Right on.
violated the cardinal sin. He has a Billy. You should be for shame buying
there's
the worst
Picard.
shelving system ever.
Oh come on, dude! They cost like $20.
Yeah, but it's still for shame.
I got like tons of them in my house. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Dude.
and that's why when the apocalypse comes, you're on the list. You know,
There's too. You got too many lists, dude. Seriously.
I've got pretty much just one list, and it's everyone who owns a Billy needs to get fucking smushed
God.
with a rock.
All right, show me the other one. Soylent Boy. What's your name? Do you have Soylent Boy? I'm sorry.
That's George.
George. My bad, dude. I'm old and dumb.
Yeah, not Cody anymore. Fucking yeah,
Sorry,
George
sorry.
is weird. He
right on.
He put his nerd stuff.
Very cool.
I got
He's
that.
got Shadow Dark.
I got
He's got his
I see a
credits
big
with,
artwork behind you. Did you draw that?
Yeah.
Oh, no, behind me is something made or GM for my OSC
Yeah,
game.
down lower.
Made.
That's very cool.
Let's see. There. Not sure if I can aim it there properly.
That's a piece of artwork.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, like when I'm delivering and shit on DoorDash every day and I see an open garage, I just stop. I just look in that shit.
And then the people look at you and take a
Like,
picture of your
nice
license
garage,
plate.
dude.
I got. Let's see. Am I reversed one? This is
No.
the Amano art book from he's the guy who does like a lot of Final Fantasy art.
Oh, right on.
Let's see. I just grabbed this because it reflected the light properly. It's Savage Worlds.
You like Savage Worlds
too, right? The original
Never
concept.
played it actually.
I played the original Savage Worlds. It's not bad.
Oh, it's got
Okay,
Rubik's
Shadow.
Cubes.
Let's see
Got
your
Rubik's Cubes.
shit. Let's see your badass, especially right in the middle. There's like there's like a bumper sticker right there. That looks badass. Coolest fucking bumper sticker I've ever seen.
Amano.
What Cody got?
Dude, what's that?
Vampire Hunter D, the novels.
Oh, okay. So he
Oh,
he did
really?
that.
Even
He did
backwards.
that.
Like
That's
the
a mono.
Japanese.
Yeah,
Backwards manga.
nice, dude. I haven't watched I still have the Vampire Hunter D like cassette. Because I paid so much for it back in the day that I figured I'm just gonna hang on to it, and I haven't seen a VCR in like 30 years.
Oh, you know what I found on I can't remember what fucking site it was, but Nausicaa STL.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Fucking STLs. Remember those kick-ass tanks?
Hell
Holy
yeah.
shit. I'm gonna print some of those
Nausicaa.
boys up. Just because they're fucking
Why
cool.
does that familiar sound like?
Valley of the Wind.
Yeah, Valley of the
Oh
Wind.
yeah.
That's what I guess that's what it was called in like America, North America.
You guys remember Robot Carnival?
No.
Yeah, I know the name. I've never seen it though. But Epic, my first anime ever, Golgo 13. The
Yeah.
original. Holy shit,
Good one, dude.
that was
Good one.
Mine was
It's an ass,
literally
people dying is great.
other than the stuff that was on American TV, which kind of doesn't count. My first one was either F3 or Legend of the Overfiend.
Let's
First anime
Tank
I saw
Police,
was,
man.
like so
Tank
3
Police?
o'clock,
Yeah.
2-3 in the clock in the morning.
Oh,
like,
that's where it
Sci Fi
went.
Channel used to show anime, right? So as a kid, I had an insomnia and I couldn't sleep. So I got up, I'm like eating chips and watching TV, and I turned on the Sci-Fi Channel, hoping it's Godzilla, but it's anime. It's animated, and it's Venus Wars. This first.
Venus Wars is good.
Venus, I
Wars
have
is
that on
good.
DVD still.
Yeah,
Venus
so
Wars.
that was the first anime I saw, and I was like, "What the fuck? Like, this is animated, but it's like adult, and there's
That's
like
cool.
all this shit going on." And so I got totally
There's
into anime.
some chick getting fingered by a customs guard agent.
No, that was Dark City. Which I
No,
saw.
that happened in
Yeah.
Venus Wars. When she was sneaking into to the Mars customs, the
remember that.
the guy fucking was getting a little handsy.
No, you're
Look-
thinking
look-
of that
looking for-
Charles Bronson movie where the guy does that.
No,
Remember that shit?
she was the journalist, right? She was the journalist character, and he was looking for like
I fucking love Charles Bronson, dude.
hidden tapes or whatever.
Awesome.
It's behind the screen. You just hear them talking. There's like silhouettes.
Oh, I do remember. I do remember that, but I don't remember her being.
Well,
Violent.
she was getting the cavity search.
Well, you know, it was her mouth.
No, it's a full cavity search, bro. This is you we're talking about.
Yikes! Yeah, it can't be any worse than F3.
Yeah, F3 is pretty bonkers.
I'll have to. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Remember
What the
Fist
fuck
of North Star?
Yeah.
When you like punch them and they like explode. Or some
They
shit?
made a live action movie of that in the
Wow,
80s.
Yeah, it was awful.
It was
fucking
awful. It had
Fist of North Star was awful.
fucking
Back in
McDowell
the
in
day,
it.
it was one of the most popular at the shop. I worked at the shop, and the owner had anime you could rent, but then under the counter there was some other anime, F3, Legend of the Overfiend, some other stuff. But every day,
Black Bible.
everybody, people came in.
I
They
enjoyed
only
the Black
wanted Fist
Bible.
of the North Star, or
Of
they'd
course
be
you
like,
would.
"Hey, can I rent Legend of the Overfiend?" You know, like all.
What is that, Shadow? Legend of the Overfiend? You want the
And
unrated
the owner-
version or the X version?
The owner got in massive trouble in the shop, shut down, because he would have watch parties after the shop closed at like 8 o'clock at night, and 10 o'clock at night he'd be in the shop with people. And
Okay, hold on a second, Shadow. Hold on a second. So this, you're not like 12, and he's having an after store.
No, I was in my
viewing and
20s.
shit. Okay. I was about to
Like
say you need to seek some counseling, dude, because I think something
But
might have happened.
the
Like
thing
ugly
is, he had like
train
a
shop.
typical storefront, right? Where the front door and the wall is glass, and the TV, you could see the TV from the front door, from the just by walking by at night. People would walk by and see the store's all lit up, and there's this fucking TV and fucking tentacles and shit, and like 5 or 6 dudes with folding chairs with their backs to the door, but you can see their backs, and you can see these dudes watching this shit.
And all their arms are doing this.
I don't know. I was never part of the after parties. I would just borrow the stuff, after hours. I would take it home and watch it and go, "Oh my God, what is wrong with you people?" And then bring it back the next day and just be like,
And then rent it again next weekend.
Yeah, I remember going into the comic store, so I got an anime because of Venus Wars, and then go to the comic store and they had bootleg anime for sale on VHS. And that's where I got my anime. So that's where I saw Dragon Ball Z for the first time. And, like stuff like Project A-ko and the Macross movie. And
"Okay,
all that.
Cody, I got to ask you a question, man.
Yeah.
The Amazing Seven. Do you remember it?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
I do not know this.
Can you please describe it so that I'm not going crazy?"
I don't remember much about it. I saw it. It's been a long time since I fucking saw that movie. I do remember it was that the one that was basically like a ripoff of the Seven Samurai, right?
No. Well,
Okay,
maybe. I don't know. Mind you, I was like
Seen the Seven
4.
Samurai.
I was like 4 or 5 years old when I would watch it on UHF. It was black and white, right?
Sure, it wasn't your TV.
No. Okay, it was a black and white TV show, and the characters were anamorphic, and anthropomorphic animal characters. The leader was like a rabbit, like a Bugs Bunny looking rabbit in a space suit, and they went on adventures, but their vehicle was a ball that would roll, but the windows they stayed level. You know what I mean? But the ball would roll.
Like a hamster wheel type of thing.
Kind of, but the center part wouldn't move, just everything else. So where the cockpit
Gunship.
was, if you will, the cabin was level and didn't move. But I saw a cassette for sale one time in a comic book store, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't have enough money, crap. And I never went to that store again. But I have looked high and low for 50 plus years trying to find anybody who's ever seen it, anybody's ever heard of it, and all I come up with is like the Amazing 3, or the Amazing 5, or the Amazing Race Season 7. But I know I saw it.
I'm gonna click and paste.
Yeah, I thought I knew what you were talking about.
And what I said sounds nothing at all familiar, right?
No.
Okay, so nerd, I am going to copy and paste whatever the fuck you said. And it's not going to blow up my computer, is it? Because I don't know what the hell that means.
Yeah, should I write that down? I'm going to write it down anyways. I know I'm going to regret it, but
I'm putting it into Google. Welcome, Brian. We have dispatched the assault unit to your location. Please do not move. No, it's Japanese. It says you are already dead. Fist and North Star. There you go. I guess it was a line from the movie.
oh, okay.
Very cool.
I thought she was trying to help me out find the Amazing Seven. I figure if anybody
No,
knows,
but I mean, not to, we got some badass American shit, man. Wizards was badass.
Fuck
Warren
yeah,
was badass. Shit, what else?
Fire and Ice.
Oh fuck, Fire and
yeah.
Ice is epic.
basically the whole Ralph Bakshi collection. You can just take
Even
that.
Fritz the Cat was kick ass. Was it Rock and Rule was sweet?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I just saw
That was
that for
Canadian.
the first time a couple of days ago. I'm like, how did I miss this?
Was
It
Ralph
made in
Bakshi
Canada, of all
Canadian?
things.
I didn't know that.
Rock and Roll was Canadian.
Oh, okay. That was
Yeah.
a cool movie.
It's a really cool movie.
With
Yeah.
Deborah Harry as the main character, and
Mhm.
they're all like sort of like dog and cat.
No, that's Fritz.
No. They if you look at the characters,
Oh, I guess
they
they
look like
are
they-
kind of, yeah.
they kind of look like they could have been dogs, a million years ago, or cats. And Deborah Harry was in it. I want to say somebody else famous. Was it like Alice
Was
Cooper?
Iggy Pop in it?
Maybe it was Iggy Pop. There was
He
somebody
was
like
the bad guy.
What picture did you send me? Is that like Shadows, like Christmas card or some shit?
who, Hungar.
No,
I
Justin, what
said
did you
it.
send me?
We were talking
That's-
about that. We were talking about it when you first popped in.
Okay.
Hungar sent it to Shadow. I
Oh,
sent it to
okay.
you because I thought maybe you'd like it.
I thought that might have been Shadow's Christmas card this year.
No,
Yeah,
I don't-
well, it's
I don't
definitely
send my
Shadow's Christmas
cards.
card this year.
And two, no, that's not my style.
Yeah. Oh,
Heavy metal. Can't forget heavy.
I
Oh,
think
fuck,
you're
I
lying.
didn't forget heavy metal.
Yeah.
heavy
Yeah,
metal,
those are-
but not the sequel.
Lucknar.
The sequel
Yeah,
was hot
the sequel-
garbage.
second one was hot
As
garbage.
much as I love Julie Strain, that movie sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the first one.
Not the first. The first one's epic. My favorite one is Den. The story
Oh,
Den.
shit.
Dan.
Yeah.
John Candy.
Yeah.
You guys know
Raven?
how lucky most people are.
Yes.
Heavy metal was only on
That's
TV.
my fucking Lochnar.
Heavy metal was
Rocknar,
only
yeah.
on TV like one time
What's the rest of the
back
line?
in the day.
Shout
was
out
one-
to you one day. You freaked out. What was that line? What's that line? The Lochnar.
It's
line.
my Lochnar, you stupid bitch.
Yeah, Raven. It's my Lochnar, you stupid bitch.
And the B-17 story. Those are my two
Yeah.
favorites.
Check this out, guys. When
Aw,
when
yeah,
I think it was
baby.
HBO.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
introduced me to this, which is even better.
Fuck yeah.
Heavy
I had,
metal,
man,
yeah.
I had my
I have
uncle-
them all digitally on my computer.
I
My
do too.
uncle was a big. I'm one of the reasons I'm so perverted is because of my uncle, because he gave me his pulp magazine collections.
Yeah.
Lucky
He gave me his
bastard.
pulp like adult, story book collection, and he gave me all of his fucking heavy metals.
See, all I got
Right.
from my family was Hustler and Penthouse.
Hustler's
Oh,
fun, man. Hustler's a lot of fun.
Now, apparently, there's a company that just did a Kickstarter to relaunch heavy metal.
Yeah.
Like just did
It's still around, isn't it?
it. No.
Yeah, it's still.
No?
Yeah,
I
so
thought
it died out a couple years ago. Somebody bought it out now, and they're going to reboot it. But I
Yeah.
mean, I just
like a couple of years ago, about a decade ago.
it's
Oh,
been
man,
that
just-
long. It's been that long.
Something like
So
that. I
much
looked it up
talent
on.
in that
And that's what happens when we
Wikipedia.
get to our age, Cody.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
No, what
It
happens is
seems
you
like
get
it's
these,
been as long as it's been.
this fucking modern audience. They can't handle that kind of shit.
Yeah,
You know, or I should say they don't appreciate it.
it's either too tame or not tame enough.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I was saying heavy metal was on HBO one time, right? And a
Really?
buddy of mine happened to freaking
It
bootleg
was
it.
on more than one time.
No, this was way back in the early days, though. After, like the very first time it was on, it didn't come back on for like another 10 years.
Yeah.
on
Like a
regular
whole-
cable or whatever kind of TV, and he freaking charged me like I want to say like $20 for a copy of it, and I still have it, and it was worth every fucking penny of it.
Well, I got even a better story. I fucking snuck me and my best friend. We snuck into heavy metal when we were kids. We fucking snuck into that bitch and we watched it in the theater. It was
I snuck into
epic,
Scooby Doo.
man. Scooby Doo snuck into Scooby Doo.
Yeah, I finished
Or was
watching
it
something else.
Scooby Screw?
Nice off grid.
No,
That was a good one.
we just finished
Scooby
watching
Screw.
something else, and that movie was just starting as we were walking out. So we just like, in.
We snuck, man,
Free
we
double
snuck
feature.
into a lot of movies as a kid. I saw Fright Night when it first came out. I saw what else did I see?
Yeah.
That's weird. I can't think of any movie I ever snuck into.
That's because you're.
It's not hard to sneak into. You just kind of walk out.
You know,
the
I know. I mean,
Walk over.
I just
theater.
yeah.
It's not like there's a usher like securing.
Yeah, it was never a thing. Nobody cared, you know. They just wanted to direct you to where you wanted to go. You know, they didn't ask, you know, how old you were or anything like that.
I mean, when it came down to it, honestly, they didn't give a shit, man. It's just like,
Yeah.
all right, you paid your ticket. Welcome to the movies.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
There's the arcade and there are the theaters. Go have fun.
yeah,
Well,
it's
Raven,
a lot-
Twilight
feel like-
10 times on the same one ticket. We just saved it. We just
Yeah,
flashed
Twilight.
walk in.
You saw Twilight 10 times in the one ticket. Have you read the book?
Yeah.
Uh,
I even
Yeah.
got the soundtrack.
You ain't lying, nerd. You ain't lying.
Nope.
Yeah.
I've been there, done that. Nerds.
the Cullens still freak me out. I think Jasper was his own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Jasper. What are you guys talking about?
Twilight.
Right.
Oh my god.
I don't know what you
My ex-wife made me watch all that shit, and then
And it made you the
True
man you
Blood.
are, right?
the true
And then
True
what?
Blood stuff. In fact, I'm in one of Charlene Harris's books. I wrote like she has a compilation book. I wrote I wrote her a message. I said, okay, vampires have been around forever. They've been murdering people for fucking centuries. Are you guys gonna arrest these fuckers for murder? I mean, there's no statutes of limitation for murder, right? Because they're integrating the vampires into society and all that shit.
Yeah.
And she made a response, but I'm in her book.
Oh,
Brian
cool.
from Mount Pleasant, Texas. I can't remember.
No, they all got that. The whole thing was they all got immunity for that shit at the beginning.
I think
of the
that's what it
series.
was. There was
Yeah,
a blanket immunity for any past transgressions against humanity.
yeah.
Fuck, must be nice.
I'll be right back, guys.
Get away with murder.
Yeah, literally. I mean, not even that. You're like eating people, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
not in a good way.
And you know me, I support cannibalism, but it has to be at least 10 seconds after the apocalypse.
It's got to be humane cannibalism, you know.
No, I don't care shit about fucking human crap. This is no, none of this Greenpeace.
Have you
bullshit.
seen those Greenpeace cartoons where it has like a cow family like carving a human baby?
Is
or
that
whatever?
PETA?
Oh.
No.
Oh my
like
God.
serving it. It's look seriously, Justin. Look that up. I think it's it might have been Greenpeace or something, but they did this series of cartoons where it was like they reversed, like instead of like turkey dinner, they had like a turkey or a pig family like carving a small baby, like a small child and shit.
I'm
It's like a
surprised
little
they didn't
girl
get in
with a-
trouble for anti-Semitism.
I mean, it was, dude, it is fucking, it is
Blood
gnarly.
libel.
Those comics the pictures are gnarly.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
I remember those Canadian PSAs with with the boiling oil and stuff like that. Those are pretty.
oh
pretty
yeah. The don't play with electricity, kids. It will
Yeah.
hurt you.
good. Like, horrifying.
Little Jimmy, he's like a charred cinder.
Yeah, I still miss the house hippo one. The house hippo. They have like a photoshopped hippo running around somebody's living room, and it's about the size of a mouse. And then you're feeding it peanut butter and shit. And it's like, don't believe everything you see on TV. Fuck you! I want a house hippo. That's all you got me there. So I want a fucking 3-inch hippo. Fuck you.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, but Nerd's not wrong. If you look like some contractor or pest control or something, people don't look at you a second. They don't give you a second glance. And in fact, I want to say a lot of serial killers use that ploy. They were like plumber trucks or or electric. They're taking meter readers or something like that, and kind of doing their stalking that way.
We used to have the truck full of the polos with different corporations stitched on the chest.
Jeez.
There's the red one, there's the blue one, there's the other blue one, there's the black one.
It's one thing I always told my kids, be vigilant. No matter where you are or what you're doing or who you're around, be vigilant.
If you did not call the Rogers guy to come over to the house, he does not come in the house.
Exactly.
Full stop.
Not when he demonstrates it.
That's a major cable company here, Rogers.
But yeah, that's crazy. There's a there was a recent horror movie that came out. I think it's a Savage or Amazon or Barbarian, maybe.
Barbarian inside the house.
It basically the serial killer guy was dressed up like a meter reader guy or a gas guy or something. He got in.
Okay, no, Barbarian was the LA douche had a house in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And he was doing the
kidnapping people and breeding them and stuff.
No, he bought the house and was doing the what's that fucking rent your house out on the app?
Oh yeah, like the bed and breakfast thing, or the B or whatever
B&B whatever crap. And the previous owners were in the basement still, and they had like this 5 generations inbred thing living down there.
It wasn't all that good, but it was interesting how he gained access to some of his victims.
Yeah.
I think the most, so you're talking.
Well, it was a she.
It's she.
Yeah.
The
the original owner.
Yeah,
was doing that at the beginning with the gas.
So, Raven, you being not a horror fan and me being a big gore hound my whole life, I think the most disturbing film I've ever seen in my life was Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. That shit seemed fucking real. I mean, it is like, if you want the worst possible, watch that.
I watched Faces of Death.
Oh, Faces of Death?
A couple times.
The monkey brain.
I think there's 2 of them, if I remember right.
There's a bunch of them.
And I had nightmares from that.
You should watch Hostel 1 and 2.
I have seen Hostel. I saw Hostel, and that's another that was one of those last ones that I saw before I swore off some of that.
It's the wrong kind of horror film.
It is just.
It's just body horror.
It gets in my dreams, and I have
torture porn, man. It's just I'm not into torture porn
anyway. So I don't need that type of media reinforcing that tendency to have nightmares naturally.
Okay, party on.
See you, Cody.
Keep it weird, Cody. Nice talking with you.
Later, man. Yeah, good talking to you guys.
Yeah. So anyway, when I watch those things, then I keep rewatching them in my nightmares.
Yeah.
And,
well, the ayahuasca will do that to you.
Where did you get this shit? I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah.
That's the word.
It's like the sword of Damocles holding above her. It's just kind of tilting. She's like,
yeah.
The thing with ayahuasca, though, no, ayahuasca is not something that you do as a recreational drug. This is something
Unless your name is Joe Rogan.
You have to go about
your name
it.
is Joe Rogan.
Get the isolation tank out.
And it's a very spiritual thing. You don't go into just to get high.
Spiritual, my ass.
It's a very spiritual thing for 3 or 4 times a day.
You're dealing with interdimensional things. You need to have your wits about
There's
you.
nothing interdimensional about that. It's just fucking with your brain.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of like ayahuasca and stuff, remember that movie Altered States?
oh yeah,
That was really cool.
Yeah.
The
That's where you get all your new age
Tank.
hippie stuff from.
I remember like listening to like Joe Rogan like talking as if like that was new, but like Wait, they did a movie back in
Yeah,
the
like
70s.
early 80s.
Like,
Is that William Hurt? I think was in that.
Yeah.
He was the guy. Yeah.
and the
And one of
red-haired
the
guy
bridges.
from Hill Street Blues was in it too.
Oh
The guy who
yeah,
played
yeah.
Brinko.
Carrot
I
Top?
remember like when he was in his state, it'd be like weird colors or something. Like it'd be like
Yeah.
like bursts, like what are the kind of negative colors or whatever.
Fucking hippie
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Solarized
Yeah.
in some of them.
When he's like starting to degrade or whatever back to his.
You talking
primal
about
state.
Altered States?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
The
I've never seen
What
that.
was that actress that was in it? And there was that one scene where she's got that fucking weird ass tail and shit, where she's dancing.
It's the nurse. It's remember Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
I never watched
oh,
it.
You
Hell
remember
yeah. Deep Space Nine was epic.
the fucking Bajoran priest chick.
the woman
Man, I
from
don't
Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, the
Yeah, like a
nurse from
really
the
weird
Cuckoo's
name
Nest.
too.
That's her.
It's called
Seriously?
Altered States.
I think so.
Thanks for stopping
If I
by,
remember
Cody.
correctly.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
was. I had to,
I'll look it
It's
up.
past his bedtime.
yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna watch it. You should watch. Did you see Longlegs, Brian?
Long legs? No.
Yeah. No.
Is that a new one?
Yeah, came out end of last year, beginning of
That
this year.
sounds familiar, but I haven't seen it. No, is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not the best thing ever, but it's pretty good.
I'm looking at the cast. I don't recognize it. Blair Brown?
Blair Brown. I'm pretty sure. I could be
Mhm.
thinking of someone else though. It happens.
I think I'm starting to crash too. I'll have to see.
Yeah, I was gonna go till 9:30, which is like 13 minutes. This is a little bit longer than usual stream, but not really.
You can just end whenever the fuck you want to.
Yeah, I know. I like doing it on the, hour or half hour. That way, when people see it, they're like, oh, 2.5 hours. I don't know if I'm into that. Or that was quick, George. Wow.
I was like, fuck you, I'm out.
He said bye.
I'll see you, George.
Take care, George.
Yeah, I watched the first couple of seasons of From.
Of what?
From
That was, man, first season is great, dude. And then
Yeah.
it turns to shit. They just,
there's
they're just
there's a
stretching
mystery.
it for no fucking, it's like,
yeah.
it was like Lost. They didn't know what the fuck they're going to do with it. They just,
Well, you know
talking
why
about-
it's like Lost, right?
why?
It's from one of the creators of Lost.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. It has
Yeah.
a total Lost feel. But, I mean, it's a cool concept.
Yeah.
But after the first season, there's 3 seasons, right?
Yeah.
Take care,
Yeah.
Cal. See you tomorrow.
Party on.
Take
I
it easy, guys.
haven't had cereal in freaking decades.
What?
Oh, he was talking about cereal. I was like,
Oh, we were talking about serial killers. Killers.
Oh.
Check
Well,
out
yeah,
this weird monster I printed up. Like,
it looks like the
I think it's from
What the hell is
Doom or something like that.
it looks like the Rancor from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Kind
Yeah,
of.
kind of. It's got like this
Rancor
crazy
had
mouth.
horns
Then have
and tusks and shit.
kind of cool.
That's one of the only Star Wars
Yeah.
Legs.
miniature game that remember this is fucking remember the Star Wars miniature game that came in the blind boxes.
No.
Or
No,
East
it
End
was
or
literally
West.
called the Star Wars miniature game.
I know, but the makers of it was like East End.
was it? I
West
thought it
End.
was
West some shit.
West End of games.
West End.
West End, I think. Is
I've got all the metal ones from West End, but the
I
plastic.
got a bunch of them too.
pretty cool.
I've got like the snow speeder and a bunch of other ones still sealed in the packs
Yeah, I
for the
got
day
those
that Jackie would get into it. And instead, I found the plastic game earlier, and I just bought a bunch of that shit. But the Rancor was like I could never find it, and it was super freaking expensive. That and the Basilisk from Knights of the Old Republic, that Basilisk war droid thing, just looked completely, totally not Star Wars. And all the walkers would.
I remember that was the first time I ever realized that there was an Imperial Army. I thought it was just stormtroopers, but there's an
Knights
Imperial
of the
Army
Republic.
because they had an Imperial Army box. I'm like, who are these guys? There's a Imperial Army. What the fuck?
Mhm.
Knights of
Cool.
It will be, Cal. Unfortunately, Mac's not going to be there, and Omen won't be there, but we'll still,
I'll see if I can get free. I don't think I got some family obligations tomorrow.
no worries, man.
I need to upgrade. I need to up my characters.
Yeah, I'm going to remind me to send you those pictures that George drew. They're
Yeah, I'll check
perfect
'em
for
out.
your characters. They fucking look great.
That's cool. Is it like an AI stuff or he
Oh, yeah.
did it himself? Oh,
Yeah.
AI.
But it still looks freaking phenomenal, dude.
Have you guys seen these AI like movies people are making on YouTube?
Yeah.
Some of them are pretty good, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of them. There's also the AI music out there. That's
Oh, I love the AI music. This is good
especially
stuff.
like the old exploitation songs. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know you like butt stuff. Shadow likes butt stuff. I made a bunch of those songs. What's Shadow's gay so good? It's still your favorite.
there's a guy that does Weird War, his Tiki the Hut. He's created his own like theme music on his channel. It's pretty fucking cool.
Mhm.
It'd be fun to.
I
You should
got a
do
little
that.
theme too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Send
yeah.
it to me. Check it out. It'd be cool.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's not hard to do that. You just like create some lyric ideas and pump it into the thing, and it lets you do was it 5 a day for free.
That's cool.
So I'll send you the program, and it gives you 2 different versions of the song each time. So
Right.
Huh. How much is that? All that stuff, like a month.
Some of it's free. A lot of
yeah,
it's free.
the one I'm talking about, the song one, it lets you do 5 a day for free.
Mhm.
What's it called?
Suno, I'll send it to you.
So yeah, because I'd like to just mess with it. That'd be fun.
Yeah, it's not hard to mess with.
And especially if you want like a theme song for your channel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd like
you just gotta like make sure it's short or whatever, because it'll just keep going on for like 4 or 5 minutes.
I gotta go. You guys
Party
just
on,
follow
Raven.
me.
Take care, Raven.
Appreciate
We'll
it,
see
bro.
you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll probably bow too, guys.
Yeah, we'll
But,
wrap it up.
You guys keep it weird.
You too, Brian.
I'm just
Hey,
gonna
it's
find
still up there,
you.
man. Ain't going anywhere.
Hell yeah! Thanks for keeping it up there, brother. If you want one, Justin, I'll send you one. Just shoot me your
Yeah.
address.
I'll do that.
As long as
You
it's
can go
not
find it. I sent it on one of Shadow's streams one night. It's no, I'll give it to you right now.
Yeah.
It's 80 Blake Street, apartment 126.
Yeah, actually,
Just send it to me in a message, dude.
Yeah, I want to get a couple more because I want to put some on the car.
Okay, yeah, I'll shoot you some, dude. All right, guys.
I'll do that later. I sent you that program already.
Take care, bro. Good seeing you again, man.
You too, man. We'll talk
Party
to you
on,
later.
man.
And then there were two.
Yeah.
It was a good
Looking
show,
at-
man. I had all kinds of people here.
I kind of like the chicken walker from this, the AC MT. I'm looking at the fucking thing. Those vehicles.
From
What you were just talking about, the
Star
you said
Wars
they don't-
Adventure Game.
No, I guess this is from the video game.
Okay.
I don't know, Knights of the Republic or whatever.
Oh yeah. That was a good game, dude. Knights
yeah,
of the
but
Republic.
I could see why you say it doesn't look Star Wars. It looks more BattleTech than Star Wars.
And there were a lot of little like mini games like the swoop racing and the card game and just if you really like did everything, it would be way more than the 50-60 hours. But every time I played it, it rolled in right around 50-60 hours and I was done. And I just I had a lot of freaking fun with that game. And my buddy, he sent me his original Xbox and a bunch of games because he'd just been sitting on it. And I played it about a year ago. I played the first one, and I had a blast, right? And then I finished it, and I'm like, shit. Okay, I'm gonna have to hold off to play number 2 for a while, because otherwise I'm gonna burn through both games in like a month, and then it'll be.
Just play it again.
But it's been it came out like either 2000 or something like that.
Yeah.
and I'd only played it one time then, and now one time again. I've got both strategy guides, and I could seriously see playing that again a couple of more times before I forget what Star Wars is, and I'm in the senior center or something. But I would bring that with me. um,
Oh,
it's got one of the best, not just overall gameplays, but when you talk to people, it doesn't feel like you're talking to a retarded, you know.
dialogue tree.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. I mean, but it still has one of the best dialogue trees I've ever come across. That you know, depending on whether you go on light side or dark side, which anybody with any soul goes dark side, which is weird. But that's every time I play, it's like trying so hard to stay in the light side, but
Yeah.
you jump up. So you looking forward to tomorrow?
Tomorrow night, the game night. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes.
I mean, we're going to be missing a Mac and Omen, but
Yeah. They don't do anything anyway.
Mac's always a really good player.
Yeah.
Omen too, but Omen, he can uh,
Yeah.
get a little GME. That's why I'm looking forward to him actually running.
GMing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
running Pugmire, whatever it is, so we can
After work.
right.
Work. So sometime in
You've
July.
been reading up on that to get ready to run
Yeah.
that.
How many sessions do I got?
That's really up to you. And,
No. Until we start.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I think you only have like one or two game sessions left in the Traveler game, and then sometimes it's like I can see maybe 6 more.
Okay. So
But I
sometime
don't really
in
see more than 8, maybe 10 tops.
sometime in May, maybe,
Mhm.
or June, May or June.
But
Okay.
either way, you might want to,
Yeah, I'll reread
the Mac
the
is
rules,
first
so-
rate. Everybody really is.
Yeah.
Cal.
Yeah. I was
It's just
just,
this guy,
this guy right here. This
I know,
guy
right? I'm the
was
worst.
fudging dice and
Dude, I don't even have to roll dice if I don't want to. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I do.
That's the ultimate dice fudge right there.
I know. That's
I just kind of fucking imagined it in my head.
wow. They rolled another 20. No.
It's a 2. You need
Yeah,
a 4.
I've had some pretty shitty rolls. And poor off grid man lost 2 levels last game.
Like, wasn't it the game before? Whatever. Yeah. Poor off grid. They're not permanently lost, are they?
Well, it's up to him. I mean, he could try and find a priest to give him a restoration spell, or he could just say screw it because he's back down to 5th level, and as a thief, he can get that back in a couple of sessions, just earning regular XP. Maybe not a couple of sessions, but you know what I mean. Or he can shell out a crap ton of cash and get them back, and then it's all good.
Yeah.
But I'm going to call it.
That's good. Yeah.
We've been doing this for 3 hours. Wow. A lot of fun, everybody.
You gotta start limiting your fucking time to 2 hours, man.
Mhm.
Taking
We
all,
had
taking
a
all
bunch of people that I never see,
Yeah.
So
Fuck those guys.
it was great.
I'm
And
tired
Brian,
now. Yeah.
some Arabian ladies. I don't know what that means, Cal. I'm sure you'll tell me later. Because, like I said, I'm going to call it. I'm going to go and work on the God Wars before I call it a night. And I will see everybody Monday on this guy's show.
Yeah. Where we'll do something. I don't know.
We always do.
Yeah.
Probably just talk about the weekend with one less thing to talk about because we didn't play Traveler tonight. But hopefully we will come back and play Traveler next week, even if we only get one of our regulars back. that's usually kind of how it is because Omen and Crafting have to alternate nights they can show up.
Okay, so we're saying party on.
Happy trails, folks.
You're the one with the off button.
Yep.